Sorry.
Surrender, eh?
Yeah.
I think I should have carried on with that.
No.
We all stopped liking League of Legends.
Yeah. And ran out of things to talk about when there wasn't a patch or a tournament going on.
And even when there was a patch and a tournament going on, the show kind of sucked ass.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's just negativity, and
It's fine. It's fine.
that's the reason why we don't do 20 minutes to run anymore.
Yeah, that's right. It's all my negativity. It had nothing to do with the format.
I need to grab a glass of water here.
Parch.
Dry, a little cotton mouthed.
Yeah? How'd you manage to get all cotton-mouthed? Did you make a stop
None of your damn business.
in between the bar and coming back to the house?
I put rum in my coffee.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I was like, I really wanted more vodka after the bar.
Yeah, I don't have any vodka.
I know.
Sorry.
But yeah, you know what, whatever. Maybe it's just like a fiending for alcohol. But I actually just do want more vodka.
Can't help you.
That's fine. You're saving me, really.
I mean, I can send someone. We can get you some vodka.
I was thinking instead of turning right to go to your place, I was going to go straight, pick up some vodka, and then go, and I'd probably still have time. And I'm like, I've been really wrestling with my alcoholism.
Have you?
Yeah, because I make coffee every morning, and I have like a bottle of like rum in my cabinet. And I'm it'd be so easy to just pour it in and then take it to work.
But you don't.
But I don't.
Well, then that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's like wrestling.
I always wonder, because I buy like a 24-pack of beer Wednesday before hockey day, and then something will happen and hockey will get canceled for that week. And then the next thing I know, it'll be like Sunday, and I'll be like, well, that 24-pack's gone. How did I drink a 24-pack by myself in 4 days without having any people over? Like, I think that's...
I drank 40 of rum over the course of that Divinity stream.
Whew. I drank more than a 40 of rum over the course of that
I had to actively, the last day, I had to actively not go and get more liquor.
I think the last day would have been more fun if I was just completely wasted.
I don't know, man.
Or less fun. Yeah, who knows?
Bit of a nightmare.
That's great.
Yeah. How's it going? Hey, Scrancis. Hey, Clout. Hey, everybody.
You're supposed to be streaming right now.
I am streaming right now.
Church of the Latter-day Saints.
This is the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Where's our holy symbol? What should I pray to?
Oh, you gave it to him. You gave him such an open.
Right here, baby.
Woo! Fucking guy.
Undisputed. Reigning, defending. Undisputed.
You're very disputed. You are very, very much so disputed.
No, I think it says right. Did the UN fault? No, it still says undisputed right on the belt.
It does. It actually does.
2 weeks, it'll be yours. You can taste it.
2 weeks, it'll be mine.
I am the undisputed. I should have got it earlier so I could be the longest reigning.
I got at least one more heavy deposit coming in the next couple days here.
Who are these donators?
You know, my hookups.
Fans, yeah. The danglers. The ones who want to see him take the throne.
I looked this morning and it was like, holy shit, he is like $50 behind me or whatever with only 3 donators. I'm like, Jesus.
People are fans of the Dangles and Dungeons.
See, you gotta target the people with a lot of money to spend. You don't get a lot of small donations. You get a small amount of big donations.
Where's my boy Chrysocopes at?
Whale recognized whale.
Matt Eads needs some donations.
All right, I think we're sounding pretty good. I'm gonna turn the chat down, and
for what?
We're gonna do a podcast. So I'm just gonna put it away so I can't see it. I'm gonna turn the chat down.
Nice.
I'm gonna turn the chat down, Bryce.
I hope. I don't know who sings that.
Turn down the what?
Isn't it Little John?
Little John?
It is, yeah.
I don't
No,
think.
totally
I don't think my karaoke has that.
What? I bet it does.
Maybe.
It doesn't have the new hit songs for the kids.
Tragically,
It has
songs,
like.
eh?
It has like.
11 tragic hits.
I want to say like 30 Taylor Swift songs.
Damn.
Bad Blood? It probably has Bad Blood.
It has Bad
That's
Blood.
not a good,
yes.
That's not even a good one.
No,
It's not a good one, but it's like fucking. I like that one. You want to be my Kendrick?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What part is Kendrick a
He does
man
the
or a woman?
rap.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's the hard
boy.
part.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a rap on that. All right,
Oh,
I'm
it's
in.
good.
I need to find
It's
That's
a
what
either.
makes
40
it
song.
good.
There's rap in it.
Maybe I should be Taylor and you should be.
I need to find either a Dre or an Eminem because I want to do Forgot About Dre.
Is Mark coming?
Yeah.
Nice. He's your Eminem for sure.
Is he?
He knows
not
all of
karaoke.
it.
He knows
but
all the
won't
lyrics
do
to
it.
any
There's a
Eminem
0% chance that he will. Everyone else in the entire room can be like singing along to the karaoke, and Mark will sit there with his arms crossed. 100% he will. 100%.
Colin knows his Eminem.
I know. All I know is that numb encore.
Yeah.
Matchup is the only one I know. And even then, I need the words.
Yeah.
Do you know when Gord Downie was doing that last concert? He had to read the lyrics. They had 6 teleprompters set up because his brain damage was so bad he like couldn't remember his own.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Aussies had
that's
to do
sad.
that for like the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's true. But Gord Downie had to do it because he went in and got a huge piece of his brain taken out, and then they went on tour.
Still great show.
Courage.
Doesn't matter.
My word.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Nice.
He opened with Courage. They opened that tour with Courage. This is the first song on the tour played.
Makes sense.
Let's have a moment of silence there for our fallen heroes. John Dunsworth?
Yeah.
Gord Downie.
Is that Leahy?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody told me like, hey, 2 Canadian fucking heroes died this week. I'm like, well, I know Gord Downie did, but who's the other guy?
Connor McDavid.
Whoever the fuck he said, and then I'm like, who is that? He's like, oh, that's Leahy from Trailer Park Boys, and I'm like, that's not my fucking hero.
You bite your goddamn tongue. How dare you? You're the shithawk.
Moment of silence, Matt.
Sorry, all right.
Are they just listening to some hardcore gangster rap
I
up
think
there?
there's a dance party upstairs. All right, thank you for joining us in our moment of silence for our fallen Canadian heroes. Welcome to episode 200 of the Talking Reckless podcast, the Big Honey.
Yeah.
We made it.
You know what I've realized about this
Magical
show?
day of the year.
After 200,
Oh, no.
quote unquote, 200 episodes, however many years we've been doing it, that fucking belt over your shoulder, this show is a goddamn phony.
What are you talking about?
It's not 200 episodes and you're not the goddamn champ. That's what I've been wanting to say these last couple weeks.
Paper
Whoa.
episode, paper champ. What can I tell you? All of regulars here
Paper
feeling
episode.
pretty opinionated.
It's probably
Apparently,
like episode 30 of this new podcast. It's legit.
No,
we have this is episode 200-ish.
Yeah.
200-ish.
We're
on
probably
our feed.
over 200. I don't think we're under. We're probably over.
Like Lifetime.
Lifetime, yes.
Yes.
In this feed, we're probably more. This is probably really like 191 or something, or 190, 194. I don't know. It's 200. You know why? Because I'm the undisputed champ. I have the belt. And what I say goes. Also, as we were coming in, we were doing this in real time on a Saturday afternoon. Someone brought up like, "Hey, isn't this supposed to be Church of the Latter-day Saints?" I got news for you, Oliver. This is the Church of the Latter-day Saints. This has always been the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Wherever the Reverend goes, it's the holy place.
This is the Matt Eads Show, baby.
So what you're saying is, as soon as you lose that title on November 4th,
during our extra live stream,
Yeah.
24-hour extra live stream.
then whoever wins the title can then renumber the shows. So it's like going into the week after. It's like, you know what? We're on episode 2 now.
No, listen, it doesn't.
What's up?
This is episode number 1 of Oliver's show.
Gotta restart the calendar.
I'm not
Listen,
gonna
Champ calls the shots.
I'm
you know?
not gonna dispute that this is your show, Matt. But episode 200, whatever. Like, I mean, we're not even
Why are
treating
you
this
shitting on this?
We're not even-
What are you doing? Shitting on our own show? What are you?
because we need some realness. Did we shut down?
No, we're still good.
Okay.
Just like that other show that shut down like minutes
We
in.
don't need some realness. This is I'm all the realness you need, baby. So buckle up, Oliver. Kevin Byers here as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Thanks for being here. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Episode 200 fell
Yay!
on Kevin's birthday. Yeah, there's another reason why this is the bona fide official on the books episode 200.
Episode 198 fell on my birthday.
Yeah, no one cares about 198. No
Nobody
one cares about your birthday.
198. Yeah, that's true.
Bryce Zinnick here as well.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh wee.
OG cast.
Rope him
in it
in,
today.
cowboy. This is a very OG cast. Bryce from 20 Minutes Surrender fame, and all three of us
And
from
everyone else you just know all the time.
Virtual Flicks podcast.
I don't think I was ever on VF.
Yeah, you were.
I think you probably were.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he probably wasn't. It's you, me, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
others
it was
on that, 'cause
us three and Max was when I first came in.
Because
Fuck is
Virtual Flicks,
Craig?
Yeah, exactly.
Virtual Flicks was still had a lot of machinima stuff. It was until GG.
Well, MTP was before GG.
Was it? No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it totally was.
No,
GG.
GG
MTP.
was first.
GG
Really?
was
Yeah.
with that whole network or whatever, the small network.
Yeah.
And then MTP, I think, was the three of us.
Because that's
and
where we
Eric.
met Eric, was at GG.
Yeah,
That's
you're
not where
totally
we-
right. You are 100% right.
That's not where we met Eric.
Yeah, it is.
That is where I met Eric. Yeah.
Oh, GG, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then MTP was the three of us breaking off.
Yeah. Wow. 200 episodes, huh? How time flies.
See, Lifetime, yes.
The lifetime flies.
And I feel like it's more than 200 at that point.
It's actually less than 200. Like,
Really?
But we're not counting. We're not
the other
counting
guys-
the GGs, and we're not counting the Angsties, and we're not counting the VFs. So
And you're
It
counting
de-
the streams.
yeah, it depends. It depends which way you look at it.
Yeah, I guess.
One
Yeah.
way
'Cause-
it's under 200. One way it's way over 200.
Yeah. SatPod is legitimately going into 200.
Yes.
And how long have they been going?
Like I don't know, 4 or 5 years, something like that.
They've been going 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Warren had the benefit of my expertise at that point. I set up that podcast for him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
And like we had already been doing it for so long at that point that they could learn from a lot of our mistakes. They didn't end up with 10 dumb names like we did.
What's that saying about dwarfs standing on the shoulders of giants? But in his case, like fucking just a giant standing on a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 giants.
Man's enormous.
Very large. He has a shirt that says "I'm huge in Japan," which is funny because he's huge. Welcome to the show. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here. Bryce, we haven't seen you in a
2
little
weeks?
bit. Yeah, a couple weeks. I can't remember who's been on. We were talking about this
2 weeks.
last time. I don't know who's here, who's not here.
And I was
You
here
just
in
roll with
spirit
it.
last week.
You just yes and me. You're like, yep. Oh
Exactly.
no, it's
I was-
been a while.
Oh, it's been
and-
ages and ages. How have you been?
I've been okay. I'm a little grayer than when you last saw me. Probably
Yes,
it's been
yes.
19 weeks since we've seen you here, and
Less hair, more hair. It's how it
yeah,
works.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, really falling apart. I am getting gray actually.
Ooh.
I was really letting myself go during this Divinity stream and like grew my hair out for a week and like, oh Jesus, in the sideburns.
Yeah,
It's all-
I actually went to cut my fingernails today, and I'm like, holy crap, those things got long somehow.
Yeah, I could feel them on the keyboard during that
Ugh.
stream, so I had to.
Yeah.
You guys did like 10-hour days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least 10-hour days. Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Well,
Yeah.
we did one, I think 7-hour day, and we did one like 12 or 13-hour day. But then yeah, on average we did 10-hour days.
Yeah, you guys put in the time.
Yeah.
Is that game good?
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yes, that's the game in question.
It's all right. It's hard to tell when you're that close to it and you play it the way we did.
Yeah, because we played straight, basically, eat, sleep, Divinity was
Yeah.
what our week was.
Yeah, and like most nights, it was you're pretty drunk by the time the stream had ended, so you kind of stumble into bed, dream about Divinity, wake up late because you were drunk, and immediately go shower and turn Divinity back on. It's time to go
Why'd you even shower?
because I felt like I had to.
You're presentable.
I
Your
felt-
faces.
Yeah, I needed.
I guess.
I needed to shower. Society didn't need me to shower, but like I needed to feel.
At least
like,
the
mean,
top
you're o-
half, like
yeah, you're
waist
only-
down.
yeah.
You're only visible
It's a
from
mess.
here.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of wearing like Super Mario PJs and.
Kevin, were you off? You were off that week.
Yeah, I took the week off work.
Look at that.
It was more of a lead up because I had extra holiday time and I wanted to
Oh.
get the time off heading up to my birthday so I could make sure I had everything ready for the party
Oh, I
today.
see.
But then the Divinity stream just kind of fell into place,
Took
as
over.
it were, and yes, definitely took over.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I would do it again, and not in the near future.
Oh, I was just about to say, I've got a week off coming up, and we should probably do something.
Persona
Like,
4.
Ooh.
You guys would need more than a week.
I actually saw I was cruising through Twitch yesterday at some of the later games, like not the A
Like
list
down,
games,
lowered, less people playing down
down the
viewer
line.
list. Yeah.
And I actually saw Persona 5. There were a couple people playing it, so I'm not sure.
Nobody tell Atlas about that.
I'm gonna report them.
You narc. You
I know.
would.
I would absolutely. If I can't play it on stream, nobody can.
We could probably play it on.
Yeah,
this
I know.
I thought you were allowed to play it up to a
fucking-
point
what are they
and
gonna do
then
to
you're
us?
cut off.
I don't know.
They don't like any story
You
beats
know?
or anything.
Oh, okay.
Is that's still a thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Only with certain companies, and only with Atlas for some reason. Well, not only Atlas. It's like Rockstar does it, and Nintendo does it, but Atlas has been adamant about it.
I know they cut off your recording when you hit some of the cutscenes in Metal Gear.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's a thing. But I mean,
or when you hit like, there will be like some of the EULAs will like specific EULAs for some reason it turns off, but other ones it doesn't. It's weird.
I think that's just built into the Metal Gear game, because if you did like something other than the PlayStation 4 streaming service, you could probably just record right through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
I'm
weird
at
thing.
that mercy though.
Yeah.
Or I'm at the mercy of that thing though.
I'm having a hard time like formulating an opinion on Divinity 2.
Yeah, it's tough because, I mean, without getting into too many spoilers, there's some story beats that we may have screwed up, or...
Yeah, well, there shouldn't be a way... there shouldn't be a wrong way to play, right?
Yeah, and it felt like we played the wrong way, and it just took away our fun for the last 20 hours.
Because it's like a thing like Mass Effect. You spend the beginning part of the game gathering your party and building them up and doing their side quests and learning their stories, and then there's a part in the game where... And my thinking on this was, if we had been more completionists and done more of the like follower specific quests, this wouldn't happen. But there's a part where they just kill your entire party except for you, and so you can't use those party members anymore. So all the time the 40 hours previously that you've invested into these characters is gone. All the gear they had gets dumped onto you, and it's presented in a way like this is the end of the game. When you're playing it, it seems like it's the end.
Yeah,
like, okay.
We thought it was the end,
totally.
So we had all this extra stuff that was just given to us, and we're just like, well, we don't need it anymore. Let's just throw it on the ground.
Chuck it out. We're done in like 20 minutes. Let's just toss it and finish this game.
So yeah, we had probably around, between everyone on the party, we probably had about 300,000 gold at the end of Act 3.
Yeah.
And we probably threw about 250,000 of it on the ground because we're like, well, we don't need it anymore. Game's about to finish. Turns out there was a whole another act.
Yeah, and so we like went into that last act, had lost our party members who like we had become interested in, and had to replace them with just generic. You like talk to guys like, oh, you're looking for people. Oh, here's a generic level whatever character with no gear and no skills. Have fun. And so that became a real problem for a while, where suddenly we went from being incredibly powerful to being like, we can't do these basic ass missions anymore.
Was that a story thing that caused you to wipe your party?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
That's kind of shitty.
And I'm thinking that and they're not clear about it either, because the game is full of ready checks where it's like, hey, you're about to proceed. Are you good? You won't be able to do these quests anymore. Like, yes to move on. And it was another one of those. But at no point is it like you might want to do some more side quests before you go ahead, or we're just going to kill your party.
Yeah, because it was the way leading into it. It was the party member. You're about to go into this last area, and the party member talks to you before you go into it. And it's like, hey, we're about to go ascend to godhood. Are you going to let me ascend? Because the thing with the story is only one person can ascend to godhood.
They've drilled it into you that you're going to have to backstab these people at some point.
Yeah, so I mean, we were both thinking like, hey, you know what? No, we are going to be the ones to ascend. So if you let the party know, like you let those people know, like, hey, no, sorry, you're not the one to ascend. There's no way to get it back. They just immediately say, okay, fuck you, I'm out then.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, I guess we're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like, well, that's not what I was intending to do with this dialogue tree, but
yeah.
Okay, I guess there's no way to go back now.
Yeah, so that like really soured me on a lot of it, and then there's another like 30 hours after that.
Yeah.
And like it seemed like, and maybe this is just a product of us playing too much, but it seemed like the game was like getting more broken as we went. We were hitting like very clear, like, oh, this guy's stuck in a wall. Great. We're hitting bugs. There was one we hit, I can't remember what it was now. We hit a bad one that we had to reload.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know we both had a hard crash of our computers.
Yeah, that was great too.
And like we both have pretty high-end computers.
Yeah, and it's clearly game related, because it was like use an ability. Oh, Kevin's using this. I'm like, oh, Kev, I've never seen that one before. What's that ability? Kevin, hello, and like you just hard crash and you have to pull the power cord in your computer.
Yeah. So
like that kind of got a bit much. If you weren't playing 10 hours of it a day, maybe that stuff wouldn't be quite so bad, but like that last half of the game fucking sucks.
The most annoying part, and I mean, it didn't come across on the stream too much because of the way we had the screens cropped. You couldn't really see the ability bars, but numerous occasions during the game, your ability bars things would just disappear.
Yeah, they were just resetting themselves constantly.
Yeah,
and like even little things too, like the targeting interface is kind of janky in a way where like after 70 hours I still am making this like, oh, I didn't realize I'm not in backstab range. Well, that sucks.
Or sometimes you'll only have like 1 or 2 pixels
Yeah.
of targeting in order to get the attack to go off. And if you're on any pixel other than that, you'll just walk up beside the guy instead of attacking.
There was a lot of, and even like 70 hours in, there was a lot of me being like, well, I didn't mean to do that. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't. Sometimes it was me just fucking up on my end, but a lot of times it was like, oh, weird. It showed me that ability would hit, and then it just flew into the wall. That's great.
From the few minutes that I've actually watched you guys play this, it seemed like a loot grind, like Diablo-esque.
Yeah,
game
I would
in
say
my-
more like Pillars of Eternity, like Baldur's Gate 2, like those top-down isometric party-based
Diablo.
RPGs.
You're not at any, like, it's more like Mass Effect. It's a loot grind in the same way Mass Effect is, where you're getting better. Like, it's not a loot grind, right? You're getting better loot as you play, but you're not like, okay, we got to go run this dungeon to get better loot so we can do this boss. Like, it's not really a loot grind.
Okay.
No.
But you are getting lots of loot. Similar to a Dragon Age or a Mass Effect.
But you guys are just playing through these things, getting whatever you need to get, and just moving on.
Yeah.
You're not actually like going back and playing it over and over.
No.
A la loot grind.
No, the each enemy in the game and I guess each NPC in the game is only there once. Like, there's no random spawning mobs. So if there's a dungeon with 7 mobs in it and you clear out that dungeon will forever be empty now.
Oh.
Yeah, the world is like real.
Yeah, it doesn't
set in the way
repopulate
the real
itself
world is.
anyway.
Yeah, if you kill someone, they're dead. You killed them.
And then you just move on to the next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, the cool part about a game like this is you can walk up to literally anyone in the game and kill them. And even if they're a quest giver or something like that, or a very main storyline person, like the game itself will continue on with that person being dead.
Cool.
But I don't know, like the way we played it, the straight playing it, yeah, I don't know. It made it so that a lot of the cooler aspects of the game we kind of glazed over just because, you know, we didn't have time to figure out all this side quest stuff that was really cool story-wise, or a lot of the puzzles we had to skip by because it was just, you know, we couldn't figure it out. So we're just like, well, rather than bang our head on it for 2 hours on stream, let's just skip it. And then we ended up never going back to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad streaming.
Yeah, it would have been, but like, it's fun. There's a really cool set of map creation tools and stuff in there. The GM tool set.
Yeah,
and that stuff looks amazing. Like, we should stop playing D&D on pen and paper and check this thing out, because this seems
like even more work for the DM.
it is. It really
it
is.
would
Incredible
it would
hassle.
be, yeah, but it would be a lot of work for the DM. Again, I don't know how those map tools work, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
But it seems like a really, really powerful tool set. You could make the equivalent to a pen and paper, like, D&D session, I think, and do it online, having not touched those at all, and only.
But then does the DM just hands off? They let the 4 players play through their map?
No, I think he's there. I think he's
it's like he
controlling.
He still
things behind the
controls
scenes,
all.
yeah.
He still controls all the NPCs and everything, right? So,
okay.
like, the text trees are set in stone before you get into the game, but like the tactics of the NPCs when there's combat is still controlled by the DM player.
Yeah, and like, again, I don't know how it works, but I bet you could have. I bet there's some room in there to improv where, like, I could just have a character walk up to Bryce and suddenly you and I are in our own little text box conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like you could do some really cool stuff.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a fun game. Like, there are fun systems in place. The way that all those elements interact with each other is cool, and it's got a solid groundwork.
Yeah. Everything seemed to be on fire all the time. Whenever I
Yeah,
watch you guys on
100%
stream,
of the time.
just gonna light this poison on fire. These oil barrels, just the floor, the spider, it's everything on fire.
That's how you play Divinity.
Yep.
I mean, we could have froze them and covered them in acid and
Nah.
yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, fire's
cool.
Fire looks cool.
Yeah.
Fire's fire.
The fire did look really good in that game.
Yeah, the blue fire, the holy fire.
All the
dope.
fire looked good. Cursed fire, not so much,
No.
but yeah, standard fire looked really good.
Yeah, it's cool. I needed time away from video games after.
Yeah,
I went for a walk on Friday.
Ooh,
I know.
rough. If you were to play it again,
Outside.
would you do it solo or would you
Yeah.
try to get 4 people?
No, I would totally do it solo. For 4 people sounds like a fucking nightmare.
yeah, definitely a
Fuck
nightmare.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you plan it out, like you're gonna do it over a 6 months period and you play
Yeah.
2 hours a week kind of thing.
Maybe then. Even then, you get nothing done. You get absolutely nothing done because everyone would split up and be like, okay, guys, there's like story dialogue here, and be like, okay, just a sec, let me finish this fight so I can teleport to you and listen to your story dialogue.
Well, I mean, even close to the end, like you and I did that at the beginning, probably 2/3 of the game, but at the end there was like we were completely split apart in most of Act 3 and all of Act 4, and both doing our own thing, just trying to figure out the way through this act.
It's a bad act, man.
It is.
We had to look it up, and well, we didn't have to. I made the decision pretty early of like, if we're gonna finish this, we should just look this up, and we did. And some of it is like the most archaic. Like if you don't accidentally talk to this person in this town who tells you to go here and do this, you just never find it
because it doesn't unlock. Because you don't talk to him? Or
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like super obscure.
Well, it'll be like, okay, we need a key for this lock, and that's all the information you're given. And if you didn't accidentally talk to this dude in the town who knows a toy maker that has the key upstairs in his thing, and like you kind of had to look that last thing up, or accidentally talk to the right person in town.
There was one of the main areas in Act 4 that we had to get to where the way you get to it is you steal a painting from somebody's wall.
Oh, right.
And then take the painting to this place and set it in between two other paintings to make like a super painting.
And it's the only time that like put something on the ground mechanic has ever worked like that. It's a one-off mechanic that is just in there for you to not figure out.
Sounds like 80s video games.
There was actually a lot of stuff in that Act 4 that just seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like there was one dialogue option that I got into when Eads was away from me, and this was kind of right at the beginning of the day, and we were still kind of jumping to each other to check out the dialogue. So I'm like, hey Eads, I'm in this dialogue option, it looks kind of cool. And he's like, okay, let me finish this thing up. And turns out there
was a hostage or something.
Yeah,
right?
Somebody was taken hostage.
Right.
And
normally the dialogue is like you get a line and they read it, and then it's like, okay, press 1 to continue, or it'll give you options.
Yeah, it gives you like, it's like basically like a pause menu where it's like, once until the dialogue tree is finished, nothing in game is going to happen.
Yeah, everything is turn based. So like we would get in a conversation. It's like, okay, wait, let's go grab lunch or whatever, because nothing advances.
Yeah. So, but this time, it was time based. So I didn't go through the dialogue tree fast enough. So the person I was talking to just got killed.
Oh shit!
The first and only time we've ever found that, where like, even if it was like you need to do this one in a certain amount of time, it would have been like, okay, forget it. Eadson's gonna make it. Let's live or die. Let's decide right now.
If it's something like that, like give me a time bar over top of my dialogue tree that's ticking down that shows me that it's a timed option.
Because for 50 hours we've been like, okay, hold the conversation, I'll be right over.
Yeah.
And then this time it's just like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, well, that is not fun for anybody.
I mean, I'm sure it was just a throwaway dialogue thing that maybe would have opened up a side quest, but still, it feels dirty when they do something like that 50 hours, 60 hours into the game.
And it like, you bang back into those gameplay systems, and suddenly you're like, oh, this isn't like this living, breathing city. This is this video game, and I've broken the trigger for this conversation or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, the way we were doing it was kind of video gamey as well, like where we weren't treating it as a real world, and the first time it actually treats it like a real world is when we get kind of poo-poo on it.
But I mean, we're treating it like the world that it is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And to just suddenly change the rules for one brief little throwaway thing.
So what was the game time? You guys did this
69 hours and 50 some minutes, 70 hours.
And that was Tuesday through to Friday?
Tuesday
we did 2 weeks ago, we did one Saturday for 12 hours.
Oh, not Tuesday, Saturday.
And then we did
Thursday.
Saturday to Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And wow.
So it was like about 10 hours. I guess on average a little less than 10
that's
hours.
a lot, you guys.
Yeah, no, it was a lot.
And so
it was an awful lot.
However many hours that you guys put in this, you guys still cannot sort of put a thumbs up or thumbs down in this game?
I just can't, because I've been too close to it for too long. Like, maybe these problems aren't even problems, and it's just...
And I get that. You know what I mean? But I mean,
it was pretty good. I would say it was pretty good.
Talk to me and talk to Bryce and be like, you guys like this, other than that, and if you guys fucking be cool with the number of hours you guys play, you'll probably still enjoy this.
Fans of the genre.
Yeah, no, I mean, after when we finished, like, Eads and I talked about it a little bit right when the stream shut down, and I told him, like, you know, if we weren't doing this for the stream, after they killed off our party members, if I was playing solo, I probably would have stopped playing. That probably would have been that moment would have been it for me. I would have been like, this game is stupid.
Yeah, because I sort of understand that, and like if it goes for 30 hours and more, then like yes, then you're collecting these rando guys who you have no sort of investment in, and be like,
no,
these are throwaway
They're
guys,
just dudes from a
fucking
menu.
whatever.
Yeah.
I understand that. That would have sucked.
Although, like, we made the best. We made lemonade, right? We
had Nestor, who was the local hero.
We had one guy. We hire on a new dude. So like leading up to this, we are these. Like we are becoming a god. The world knows that there are all these people are racing for godhood, and everybody knows who you are, and like you've saved towns, etc. And then this nobody that we hire on this ship for like 100 gold or whatever is walking through the town, and everyone is just cheering, "Woo, Nestor! We love you!" Like fucking Nestor's stealing all of our thunder. What the fuck? It's fun. Like it's a really good 40 hours, and then like a kind of painful 30.
Yeah. I agree.
And again, maybe that's our fault.
It could have been,
right?
Like, it's entirely possible. I tried to dig into it online afterwards and find out if there was a way to prevent your characters from leaving the party and getting murdered. But
I'm like 99.9%.
I couldn't find
sure
anything,
there
so
there has to
I
be.
have no idea.
It's still new, and that's
It is
60
very new.
hours in.
Yeah, it is very, very new.
Yeah.
That's Divinity 2, Original Sin.
Quick
Divinity
question
Original
on the storyline, because that actually kind of interested me. Like
quick
you guys
query
are,
here.
you guys are campaigning to become gods.
Yeah, kind of.
That sounds neat.
Kind of. It's okay.
Into-
The old gods are shitty
Okay,
and are dying.
you're looking to overthrow them.
Kind of. The old gods are like, hey, we're dying, and you need to save us. You're our chosen now. And then eventually that turns into you being like, I don't even need these old gods. I'm better than these guys.
Classic God of War.
Yeah,
Classic
exactly,
Kratos.
exactly. Yeah. And then so it all wrapped up with only one of us could choose. Only one of us could become the divine, and Kevin and I both. Had to make a separate dialogue choice, which was awesome because normally you can see the conversation the person's having, and split us off into our own conversations. And was like, so are you gonna take the divinity or are you not? We both chose take it, so we had to fight each other.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. That was probably the saving grace at the end, was that super cool fight,
We had to fight each other,
which was over in a round.
Yeah. I triumphed, and anybody who's watching the stream will note that I had known that fight was coming for a very long time, a few days, in fact. And
Oh, Matt.
listen, had maybe been making preparations to ensure that my victory would be in a lot of the same reasons why I'm undisputed champion. I'm also undisputed divine.
I
But
was just about to say, disputed divine.
I
you had
beat
to
him.
see that coming.
I beat Kevin, and then you have the choice of, because before this they set up like the real right answer is to not take the godhood, sacrifice yourself, and that'll like there'll be no more gods, and this cycle ends. And so I sacrificed myself, and for the greater good, and ended the cycle.
I mean, I would have sacrificed myself as well.
I had to throw Kevin out of the. I wasn't gonna let Kevin do it. I'm like, no, Kevin, this is me, and like threw him back off the. I, as Bruce Willis, pulled Kevin's air hose, Ben Affleck's air hose, out of his spacesuit, shoved him back in the ship. I was like, no, I need to do this, and so I saved the world. You know, just like I saved the Talking Reckless universe.
He had to know it's coming. They fight like 5-6 other times throughout the game.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
know,
we kind of knew it was coming, but Eads was kind of shit talking me the entire game because I built my character very, very glass cannon.
I was a rogue and I was pretty glass cannon too, and had like 3 times as much health as he did, and like it was like 5 times the health when everything's factored in.
I mean, to be fair, I did a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, but
so
you didn't kill me in 1 turn, and I killed you in 1 turn.
You needed 2 turns. You need both your characters. You had 2 ranged. I had a ranged and melee.
I was saving you from yourself.
I was screwed.
Someone
from the day one.
Someone had to die. I was it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk or think about it ever again. It won't. I guess the good thing is it won't be in our Game of the Year talks. Really,
Ooh.
I don't think.
I also agree.
Wow.
There's one less contender.
There you go.
Bryce, what you been up to?
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Always and forever.
Okay.
There's some serious drama in Hearthstone.
Tell me about it.
Oh man. There's the Nimsy Necrofizzle.
For shizzle.
For shizzle.
Yeah. Okay. What is a Nimsy Necrofizzle?
So it's an alternate hero skin for the Warlock hero class.
Okay.
So Gul'dan can now be a little gnome.
Nemsy.
Nimsy Necrofizzle. No lore in the Warcraft universe. This character is solely for Hearthstone.
Okay.
Kind of sucks. Yeah. Like every other character has a super lore one. Like you'd be Medivh or
Every
Jaina.
other character? There's no other heart? What about like Sir Murglelox or one of the Murgles?
Shaman suck. Nobody likes Shaman. You got Thrall, the best one.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're lame.
What's your shaman then? Name another shaman.
The troll one.
That is
That
is a shadow hunter.
The dark. The
Fulgin?
Fulgin.
Who was the one in the Warcraft movie? Because Thrall was the baby that was born.
Oh,
But who,
Rhaegar.
Doomhammer?
No, what's his dad's name? Rhaegar.
it's not
Duratan?
Rhaegar. But yeah, that
Yeah,
guy-
Rhaegar. Who's the guy in Heroes of the Storm?
Rexar?
Nope, the one who turns into a wolf and shoots the
Oh,
human
Rengar.
being. Rengar?
I'm pretty sure it's Rengar.
I think it's Rhaegar. I think Rengar is
No,
League
that's
of Legends.
Rhaegar Targaryen.
Yeah.
one of
I
you's
can
talking
speak
League
on
of
that
Legends
one.
Yeah,
and one
no,
of you's
I know
talking
who-
Game of Thrones.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, that guy.
Yes,
he
that
should
is
be
a
the shaman.
Oh, okay.
The Tauren one. There are lots of shamans.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
a lot
name
of
shamans.
Oh yeah, and all of the names.
Anyways, what's up with it? Why is
So the way
skin?
you actually achieve the skin is you have to participate in a fireside gathering. So
Okay.
you have to meet up in a LAN group for the Hearthstone peoples.
And that's
play
just
a
a
couple
thing.
games.
That's a thing like, hey, we're having a Hearthstone tournament at Kevin's house. So we go on the website, say like, we want to sign up for a fireside gathering, and
Yeah. So
they
random
give you
people
like
can show up. You get some little perks. Get
Yeah.
a
Do you
card
have
back.
to sign up, or can you like just have a group of people show up and do it in game and say we're gonna do a fireside gathering?
No, I think you do have to at some amount of time ahead of the actual event, so random people can show up and
like
crash your party.
They send you stuff to give away or something, don't they? They like sanction it in like the same way that
I
Wizards
know
would
they
give
send you
packs or whatever.
s'more supplies, and you get a card back for participating.
Oh, sweet.
And now you get the
S'more
Nifty
supplies?
Yeah,
Like for real?
yeah. You
That's
get some
weird.
marshmallows, chocolate, graham crackers.
That's pretty good.
Because you're going to be by the fire.
Well, obviously. So the
yes.
only way to get this skin is to be at one of these.
To be at one of these.
Okay.
Play a couple games,
Okay.
friend someone there, I think, and play a game. Then you get the skin. Woohoo.
Easy.
But everyone's being a douchebag
Why?
because no one wants to interact with other people. So because anyone is allowed to sign up for a fireside gathering,
Mm-hmm.
you just need to have some Wi-Fi and a week ahead of time say, hey, we're going to have a fireside gathering here.
Kevin, a week from today, fireside gathering's happening here,
Yep.
whether you like it or not.
I don't have open Wi-Fi, so you can't sign me up.
I heard it's too late. I already signed you up.
Too late.
Damn.
People are going to have to knock on your door and ask for the password, I guess.
Yep.
S'mores. are gonna
So
come
the
in
site actually
mailbox.
crashed with the amount of people trying not to communicate with other people to get the skin. People are showing up at random people's houses that are next to parks or pubs or inns, just like, hey, we're here for the Hearthstone tournament. And the owners or the landlords just, what? What the fuck? Get off my property, douchebags.
So this would be like going to McDonald's where
Nerds.
they have the open Wi-Fi and be like, I'm just going to make this a fireside gathering and get this skin.
Yep.
Even though we're not actually going to play Hearthstone here.
And it's weird because it can't be the first fireside gathering that event or that location has held. So these people are doing this for no reason. Unless
Wow.
they're going to spoof it 3 times
Well,
in
yeah,
a row.
you got to set the first one so that the next time you can get the skin.
Next time, boom.
That's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
So are they doing anything? Like, no more fireside gatherings for anyone then?
I don't think there's been an official Blizzard post about it, but maybe they're just shutting down the fake ones. Or
Or
a lot
maybe-
of people
maybe they
haven't
don't
been able to
care.
get the skins actually.
Oh, wow.
I read somewhere that there's a 40-person, a real Hearthstone event, and only 3 of them actually got the skin. So maybe
geez.
it's harder to get right now.
They're probably
I
going to
think.
have to do some kind of like make good.
Yeah, just
Here's-
give everyone the skin.
Yeah,
free.
or here's a different way to get it.
Yeah.
Spend money.
Ooh, $10
Is it a cool
Is it
looking?
$10 a skin?
for Bronzebeard, Illyria, and third one, $10.
Holy
You also get a card
Jesus.
back.
I guess. $10.
Yeah.
Is it a cool looking skin?
No, it's a little gnome on a fell creeper.
And it's a gnome. It's not like, oh, I know this guy from the
Yeah,
games.
it's-
I want to be him. I want to be Gould. Or I guess Gul'dan's the default one.
Yeah.
Or whoever.
But yeah, that's a named character. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be Gul'dan.
I want to be Gul'dan. Gul'dan's fucking cool.
Or kill Jaden or
Oh, yeah. Archimon. Yeah, Oliver's chopping at the bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. I can see it.
oh yeah.
Losing my mind over here, you guys.
Sucks.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh well.
Have you gotten it?
I've not.
No. Are you going to try to?
On November 5th, I think there's a fireside at one of the Edmonton Public
Oh, but
Libraries.
you'll be too busy celebrating Guy Fawkes
Exactly.
Day,
I got to
so-
burn things down.
Yeah, that sucks. They should do it at the store.
Actually, we're thinking about doing that right away.
Yeah, why not?
If our Wi-Fi
Like
can handle
real.
it. Yeah, real one.
Totally. That'd be cool.
But our Wi-Fi really sucks.
You guys should get those Wi-Fi mesh routers. Have you seen those?
Brian's not made of money.
It's not. They're like well, you'd have to buy new routers, but instead of like, you think of like a Wi-Fi antenna with the waves kind of coming out in circles. I don't know how the mesh one works, but they make fucking weird Wi-Fi mesh in your house. So the idea is the Wi-Fi is strong everywhere, equally strong everywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Some more Hearthstone controversies. The Wave.
Thought it was over.
No, part 2.
Huh.
The Wave of douchebaggery.
Capital T, capital W.
So in the Hearthstone Champion Tournament last weekend, in the top 8, I guess top 16, a girl made it in.
God forbid.
Gross.
I know, right? So in the losers bracket, whoever loses this match gets eliminated.
Pause 1 second. Like, are girls like
Rare.
Are they gross? Yes. Do they have
No,
cooties?
I mean-
Yes.
This was the first or second appearance of a girl in the Hearthstone Championship Tournament in 4 years.
okay, and like popularity amongst females aside, are they perceived as not as good as boys?
No, they're just super rare, I think.
Okay,
Like female
fine.
esports competitors are very rare compared to
Okay.
male.
All right, I get that.
Also, their brains are smaller. It's science all across.
Hands are smaller,
volume
daintier.
They don't want to
Yeah.
be with all the smelly nerds. They
It's a volume thing, okay? I'm not. I just look how big my head is. My brain is clearly bigger.
Yeah, it's enormous.
I think you're mostly skull.
thin air.
I'm just kidding.
Inches
But
at
girls
the,
are gross.
inches at the front.
Yay, females, woo.
So
And-
anyway,
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
great.
Which is what led me to like.
Which is why
question
this is kind of blowing
Okay.
up a little bit more, because the guy playing her BM'd a bit, so he's like spamming emotes when he had a good play and she was kind of down. And,
Oh, okay,
and actually
alright.
gave her
That's-
a little wave bye when he had lethal on board and was ready for the kill.
Pieces of shit.
Yeah, but
nerds.
like, watch Evo where like these guys are fucking ripping their shirts off when they win and
Yeah.
screaming in each other's face, and like one dude is doing fake wrestling moves on the other, and like
I get
the
that.
man waved
like,
at her.
Sure.
the man waved
It's
at her.
really because she's
It's
a girl
just
that
the
this is getting
attitude.
blown up.
Yeah.
That's true. If this was 2 male players at any esport event in the world,
You'd laugh it off and like, yeah, he's.
I mean, even regular sports, like look how much trash talk and stuff like that is in like hockey or football
Yeah.
or
in real sports, you could flip them off, and it would be like a big deal, but it wouldn't be the end of the world.
yeah, you'd probably get a fine.
Yeah, if that, you'd probably get like, if some dude was like, I don't know, giving you the like, if some dude was crotch chopping you and you flipped them off, I'm sure it would just be like, you guys are shitty. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Bite saw the girl in question. She took it fine. Like, it's whatever. It's douchebag being a douchebag. But everyone else in the community is freaking out that, oh my god, how dare you be so unsportsmanlike to this new individual to the scene. It's uncalled for.
Yeah.
So Coco Sasa has actually come forward and made a formal apology. Like, sorry, it's been sportsmanlike, yada yada yada. But because she's a girl,
Yep.
it seems to be.
No, yeah,
It's
totally.
like,
Video games, as soon for some reason, like video game culture gets weird as soon as women are involved.
yeah.
And this is Gamersgate all over again.
Does this go back to that conversation we had a few weeks ago about like what words to use and not words to use?
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys were saying, I know Brandon and Kevin were standing strong and like, you know what, fuck it. I know. I don't really want to go on this. And I was kind of like sort of being like, you guys probably shouldn't do that. I started thinking about that. And I'm like, am I being too sensitive? Like in reality, I don't really give a fuck. I just feel like as a show, we probably shouldn't be like that. Same as like these guys, like it doesn't matter that these guys are shitting on girls or whatever because
But that is the problem though, because this same guy has been notorious. This same guy has been notorious for kind of being a scumbag to everyone he plays. So like he'll play against a male in the round before and do something very similar, and no one will say anything. But because it was the two genders interacting,
Right.
it's like no, this is the first time a woman has been in the top 16. So we have to treat her with respect. We have to show her that this is a welcoming environment. We have to make sure that she goes and tells all her friends that she had a great time.
Yeah, I kinda
that
get
no
it.
one disrespected her in any
get
way.
that
But
too.
like, when are we just working? Like, she has to win. We have to make sure she wins so that
Yeah,
women
so that-
everywhere think they can.
yeah, so that it
you know,
legitimizes.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Well, top 16 is big enough of an achievement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure,
Top
totally.
16 is huge.
Yeah. But now women feel alienated because they might get waved at. Man, they might get emotes.
Oh,
They might see the like ha 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 or whatever your character can say in there.
Could cut 'em
The
real deep.
carefully super PC designed voice lines, which are the only way to interact with the other player. What a dumb story.
I guess so.
Like, it's an interesting. It's not a dumb story. It's dumb.
The reaction is dumb.
Yes, it's very dumb.
This didn't need to be a story and get blown up this way. It should have just he's a douchebag. Let's move on.
Come back and beat him next time.
Exactly.
And then wave at him.
And
that'd be good.
And that's the thing, though. I didn't even consider it to really be a douchebag move. It's like you're trash talking your competition. That's expected in a competition.
Mental game is like part of it for real.
Absolutely.
If you can put your opponent off their game before you even play, you have a huge advantage.
Yep, I agree.
Don't play the cards, play the man.
Ooh, nice.
Or woman.
Nice props.
Or woman, yeah. Anything else you get your teeth into?
Playing a bunch of D&D, but that's kind of just wrapping on the Divinity thing.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Who you playing with these days? Like what universe are you playing
universe? No, with that regular D&D Faerun universe.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
That's just like that's the
I think
universe.
I'm saying it wrong even, but yeah.
I know what you mean. Faerun?
Faerun? Yeah, I think it's Faerun.
Faeru with a hat on it and Faerun.
So we started with Storm King's Thunder, but then halfway through the DM's he picked up the book. This is just hot garbage, kind of threw it down, and now we kind of shifted into his own kind of universe.
I've heard that one's
vaguely based off the
better
story.
than Horde of the Dragon Queen, better than the one we tried.
But
sort of.
Top tier DM.
Yeah?
Check out. Do a DMD session with Michael Boyle, I think his name is.
You don't even know what his name is?
It's Michael B.
Do you know this person? They're like, does he travel city to city and host sessions?
A year and a half ago, the cafe started dropping D&D sessions. So the first one's mostly just staff only, and this guy, he's a friend of the staff member, set it all up.
Oh, and he's just like a world-class DM.
Hey, it's fantastic.
Sweet.
Props, does it all, makes it up on the go.
We should get him to run a game for us.
He did suggest that, but he's already has 3 games on the go. Do you really want to do that much D&D?
Yes, he does. That's less D&D than we have to do.
That's true.
And we could actually play a full campaign.
Well, you guys own Divinity. Just set it up.
Yeah, I'll get back to you in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel I could go into the story, but I've been talking a lot.
Is there any? You want to hit a? Is there anything interesting worth talking about it? Anything,
tons. I was gonna just ravel off the entire story of the fun guys. Myself, Gideon, the fighter, my twin brother Garrett.
FUN space GYS or FUN GIS?
FUNGHYS, because gotta spell it weird.
HYS.
Yeah.
The fungies.
We call ourselves the fun guys because we have Mike in it on our team.
And that's a mushroom person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of got there before you.
Yeah. There you go.
Oliver, what have you been doing?
Good call.
Point and click adventures apparently is all I play.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's not true. I saw you play something that wasn't one of those.
Sure, but I mean Batman, the new episode of Batman came out.
How's that? How's that new season? We haven't talked about that season at all.
Very good.
Man-Bat in this season?
Batman, I don't even know what the subtitle is. It's,
Enemy Within.
Yes.
XCOM?
It's different than that because
okay.
Yeah.
And it might. I think it is Enemy Within. I'm gonna fact check
It's something like that. Somebody check that out. But it's good, and I'm the only one that's really playing this around our table. So I don't know.
I think you're literally the only one.
Yeah. Batman and all that shit aside, it's just another Telltale game. It's by the books Telltale game, but because it has that Batman window dressing, it's that gets me every time.
Everyone loves Batman.
Yeah,
he's the hero we need.
Yeah, not everybody though, but
Cool. Enemy Within, yeah.
Weird.
The Enemy Within.
It's cool. The first episode, you faced off against the Riddler, and they do a really good job of just changing the story enough so that it's not just cookie cutter Batman.
Yeah, their own little spin on each of the characters.
Yes, and that's what's interesting about it for me is because I know all these stories, but because Telltale is telling their own story about Batman, even in that first season where they did a really good twist with Thomas and Martha Wayne, and also they
died. I don't know. Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
in this timeline.
Still die.
All the timelines.
Really?
They
Every
die.
single one?
Every single Batman thing
true.
ever. That is, yeah. But every single Batman thing ever, except for the weird one where they live and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, is opening with him falling down a well and then dying.
And Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That
that's
sounds
great.
so fucking stupid.
No, it's good.
Is it?
Yes,
Oy.
it's very good.
I don't
Anything
know,
Batman
man.
is very good.
That's definitely not true.
So I take it you're not a movie fan. You actually have volumes upon volumes of Batman comics.
I'm absolutely a movie fan.
He's a
I
Batman
even
fan.
like those
Batman
shitty
fan?
Schumacher
But
films.
you do read the graphic novels?
Yes. Yeah, comic books and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Anthologies,
Don't use that
please.
language at the
Anthologies.
table.
This Telltale story that they're telling is very interesting because like there's a guy who's clearly the Joker.
Yeah, he clearly was in season 1.
Yep.
He's got fucking green hair.
Yeah, he's got pale face, green hair, and
Huge
a big smile. But they're like just they put him out there, and you can tell that he's gonna become the Joker. But in this second episode, like so his girlfriend is fucking Harley Quinn, who is Harley Quinn.
Harleen Quinzel.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel, yes. But very much so, Harley Quinn is running his show. Like, Harley Quinn is the clear nutcase, and she is the one that's a loose cannon and killing everybody. But the Joker, John Doe, in this case, is like kind of just like the little puppy in love, following her around and being like, oh, like it's awesome.
Is he
very good?
Or are you falling for the trick like everyone else in Gotham is?
Maybe. But it's the story that they're telling, and it's good, and you can tell that on the edges that the Joker is there. Like he will like lose his shit sometimes, and like you can see that he's capable of like violence.
Does Batman get Joker blood in him in this?
No,
Is that why it's the enemy within?
Different story. And even the way that Bruce Wayne and Batman are portrayed, like you obviously have control over Bruce Wayne and Batman. You can play him as you want him, but if you choose to play him like different from how he is normally, like it's very interesting and very fun. Yeah, and that's what's cool about these games.
Are you still picking, like, do you want to go as Bruce? Do you want to go as Batman?
Yes.
That's cool.
There's a lot of choices where, hey, you know, if Bruce Wayne went in, he could use his political clout to convince this other rich guy to choose sort of this direction. Or if you go in as Batman and strong arm him, like, yeah. And that's fucking what's so cool.
Always pick Batman.
No.
Always.
No!
Tell me what you know.
Full Bruce Wayne playthrough. Don't even get into the suit one time.
Ooh, that's good.
In a way, it's like you're never taking the suit off. Bruce Wayne is the mask.
That's what's so interesting about this game is because, yeah, you actually have a lot of Bruce Wayne time and can make choices as that person.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
You stick with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Batman in the
Whoa,
name. Of course
whoa.
I'm going to stick with it.
Come on.
Sorry.
I just gave him a look as if he
Yeah.
was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But tell me more about your stream. That's what I'm excited about.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I've been playing Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm. You and Amber. have been playing.
Amber and I started Until Dawn last Monday. And that's just a fucking cool game. I forgot how cool it was. Because I played it when it first released. How long ago was that?
2014.
Is that 2014?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Quit smacking this table.
That's what I do. And it was great when I first played it.
15? 14? I'll look it up.
Sure, whatever. But going back to it and just like playing through it like totally holds up. I don't know how much you guys have watched
2015.
or how much you guys know of the game. Kev, you never played that game.
No.
You should play that game.
I'm
You should
going
fucking
to
play that
experience
game.
through Amber's eyes.
Oh, that's nice. Did you watch our whole stream?
I watched up until the second
Oh yeah, you
break.
checked out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But no, I'm gonna watch it before the next episode starts.
What a great game, Matt. Do you remember that game? Like, have you gone back to it?
No, but like rewatching it, I'm remembering like, oh yeah, these guys are like 30 and acting like teenagers, and also like, yeah, fuck it, this game is dope.
Sure,
as
they're
shit.
actors.
When Peter Stormare is so fucking good in that
he's
game.
so good.
He's so good.
I've
They
so
should make
much-
I just want a whole game of that.
So much more appreciation to those scenes.
He's
Like
so
going back to it, but like
and like watching Amber go through the whole he's doing like the which things scare you
Yeah.
more test, and you're like you're flipping through a book and you're like, okay, spiders, rats, spiders. You're flipping through, like, okay, needles and gore, needles, needles and spiders, and like you're picking through them. And there's one part where, because you're in like your psychologist's office or whatever, where he smacks the desk in front of you and like super loud in the game, and as I'm watching the stream, everyone's like, oh, and
Yeah.
like fucking it gets me every time. He's so good.
There are a lot of like jump out scares, which is annoying, but it works. And I mean, like Amber is totally affected by those, so like, I don't know. That adds to the sort of stream. But the story is legitimately interesting. What's going on up there?
I don't know. Guests are arriving.
Party.
Might be Ref Craig.
And the animation is great. I forgot how good it is.
Yeah.
And it totally holds up.
Yeah.
I noticed how good the animation was in that game.
Yeah. You mentioned the ass animations.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. Yes.
On point.
Fucking looking great out there.
Those people look like real people.
Yeah.
So those pretty ladies look like pretty
and the
ladies.
way they move is like how real people move.
Those are like
down.
those are just mocap people in suits.
I think
People
so.
actually did those actions.
Yeah, they totally acted it
Because
out.
that whole game is like 100% on the rails almost, so you can act out every single action that's going to happen.
Is it on the rails?
Pretty
Like,
much. There's a little
some
bit
of those
of like
choices.
there's a little bit of like wandering around, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
for
yeah.
I mean, for the most part, everything is canned.
Right.
Every single thing is canned.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it's
there is a
good.
way to play this game where all parties live, all these kids live.
Yeah, all 8s, I think.
And I'm not going to look into it, and I'm not going to encourage Amber's choices.
She is already fucked up.
Yes.
She has. There's one choice right in the beginning where she did not make the one she would have needed to make. It comes back like way later.
Which one? Tell me.
I know she's doomed Jess, but I don't know why. I can't remember
really?
why. It's something right around that snowball fight. There's
No way.
something you got to do there or not do.
Well, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Because that seems so insignificant. And I mean, I guess
a
that's
lot of
what's
it is
cool
though.
about
A lot of it is. It's like it might be the one where you like throw the snowball at the squirrel or whatever. Where
You're
it's like,
supposed to hit the squirrel?
or it's one way or the other, and it's like if you do, the squirrel runs away, and then he comes back later and like distracts the killer, so Jess can get away or something. Or it's
yeah.
like if you didn't, he doesn't. I can't remember what it is.
I think I remember what you're saying. Like,
But
yeah,
I
because
remember, I'm reasonably sure that
there
she's
was
Jess.
one of those butterfly effect
Yeah.
notices where whether or not you harm the animal.
And some of them are so ridiculous. Some of them are like, you
That's-
didn't look at the crow, so the mine shaft collapsed.
That's the backbone of this game, though. Like little interactions, little choices that you make at the beginning or whatever have that butterfly effect that can affect your later game.
Yeah,
so that makes sense, and
they
it's in the spirit of the game.
They in the menu they spell out step by step how that choice affected everything down the line, which I think that's super cool.
Yeah,
Like after the game's over kind of thing?
No,
as it
in the
goes.
menu as you're going,
really?
you can
Yeah.
look at it and be like, you grab the bat, which means like she didn't get scared in the basement or whatever. And as that thing's filling in, you can see how that choice line is being changed.
yeah,
It's really cool.
Every time it flutters on the screen, like you can tell that was a choice that affected some sort of thing before.
Yeah.
I wish we could turn that stuff off, and that's how I like playing these types of games.
can.
No, I don't think you can. I'll look
Yeah,
next
have a
time.
look.
But I really like not knowing that fucking Catwoman will remember this
Yeah.
or whatever.
I love that.
I like it when they are like self-aware enough, like Telltale as well. They'll use that against you a lot.
Yeah.
Where they'll be like, someone will remember this, and then next thing they're dead. You're like, oh,
Yeah, they do that a lot, actually. I
like-
noticed that.
someone was drunk and wouldn't. It's like such and such will not remember this.
Yeah.
Haha.
So yeah, we're playing that Mondays. We played like 2.5 hours the other
Yeah.
night, and we'll continue on.
You guys
But
are
it's a-
right on the edge of like stuff's about to start happening.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to Monday's episode.
And it is kind of a spooky game, like legitimately spooky.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're in an old abandoned weird cabin
Yeah.
and climbing through collapsed mine shafts for like
Fucking just-
as you guys are like, why are we fucking climbing through this old abandoned mine? It's like, yeah, I guess they never really set that up, do they?
It's weird. The two teenagers that want to go and bang, or like, and want to go.
Jess.
To
I watched that bit of
going
Jess,
to a
yeah.
separate cabin, have to go through this abandoned mine
push,
shaft.
like a big puzzle where you're pushing mine carts
Yeah.
around and shit.
like, what are you doing,
Jess is the best. Jess is single-handedly the best character. She really redeems herself.
Jess? Are you?
Yeah. No, she really, if she makes it through, she disappears for a long time and then she comes back right at the end and is the best character.
No, Hayden's the best.
Hayden.
Hayden's the fucking worst.
I'm a big
She's
fan
such
of
a
Hayden,
nerd.
and I'm a big fan of that other like nerd dude.
Chris, Cochise.
Yeah, Coach.
Fuck's sakes. They're all good. They're all like really good in their own way. I like Matt because his name's Matt.
Yeah, sure. And
Emily
Matt's,
because she's such a
I-
psycho bitch.
Emily's the worst.
You're supposed to hate her.
Anyways, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that, and yeah, we'll continue on Monday, and yeah. Anyways, so the same makers of Until Dawn are coming out with that other game. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys heard of this? What is it fucking called?
You guys seen this? You heard about this? Seen this one?
It's another game made by those same guys, but it's a thing where 5 players can play, and there's an app on the phone where you can kind of decide like the different things, and the majority will.
I have heard of this.
Fuck, what is it? Ulterior motive or something?
Look it up here.
Or something. Anyways, I showed Amber that, and it'd be fun to after this whole Until Dawn thing. It'd be fun to gather up a group of friends to go do that.
Yeah,
because it's
Does it tie into Until Dawn?
No, I don't think so. But this
hidden agenda.
Hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Right. Because not only are you guys just voting for whatever choice you want, but they'll also give each player like a hidden agenda.
Oh, that's so. One person's playing on a console, right, and everyone else is weighing it on their phone. Is that?
I think I don't know the trailer.
That's like I think or one of the Telltale games or Life is Strange or something has a weird like multiplayer mode.
Telltale games has the group player.
Vote on your choice.
Yeah. So instead of it is going to be vote on your choice, but they also give you an ulterior motive or a hidden agenda. Whereas I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but Matt will have a reason for choosing something else, and I'll have a reason for choosing something else.
Be like, Kevin doesn't win, or whatever is my hidden agenda.
Yeah, like
it's not very hidden.
Fuck you.
You're actively like trying to bury another character to get whatever you need.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
That is,
and I think it's gonna be releasing here pretty soon. So Amber and I have been talking about it.
There's a new Jackbox Party Pack out, also.
Yeah. Really?
4,
Number 4. Wow.
I've heard this one's better than the last. Maybe not the best, but better than 3 was. 3 was okay.
I didn't have any problems with 3. 3 was fun.
It was okay. It was just really like the fibbage questions were very generic, and then there were like 3 games that no one cared, like Quiplash.
A T-shirt one.
I mean, every single
T-shirt
one
one's pretty good.
Every one of them has had 3 games that nobody cares about, though.
Yeah. That's true. This new one is apparently pretty good.
Just buy the good one separately.
We should do that for the stream. I remember we did that for New Year's. That was
I'm sure we will. Yeah, we will do some Jackbox stuff.
Yeah.
So we have 24 hours to kill.
And finally, Life is Strange episode 2.
Don't say too much, because
we're
gonna do a big spoiler cast for this Life is Strange prequel once we get all the prequel
and
episodes done here.
You guys are gonna play that like all 3 episodes right before, right?
I'm playing as they come out. I just haven't got to this one yet. It just came out on Friday, earlier in the week or something. Yeah.
But you will, Kevin?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna hammer through them all. I'll probably play them in one sitting.
Good. I mean, there's only 3 episodes, and that's fine. And like, I'd like to have a guy who's the story is fresh in your mind, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a lot of stuff I kind of want to comment on, but I'm gonna forget it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
It's good. I'm just I don't really want to say much, obviously, but in the vein of Life is Strange, the original game, there was a lot of like dark happenings going on underneath the surface of this like teenage drama thing.
Yeah. And that is not present here, or
may or may not be present.
Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't ruin anything, because it may or may not be present.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Still a cool thing, though.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. I wasn't taken with that first episode, and like what I've kind of heard about I want to totally reserve my opinion until it's all done, but like I wasn't crazy about the first one.
I liked it, and with the first episode, it just got me, because like, yeah, this kid is going through some stuff, and it's real shit. Like it for all intents and purposes, like this is fucking real shit.
Yeah, plus or minus the time travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
sexting crime. There's nothing realer than sexting crimes.
Either I'm grinding away in, like, Marvel vs. Capcom fights, or I'm fucking hacking and slashing at orcs, or like this real stuff with these kids. So
I guess.
I mean,
or I'm in this weird old cabin with these other real kids.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait till I actually can't wait to talk to you guys about that, because it is a very good game that will entice very good conversation.
Yeah, I look forward to guessing what the next season is going to be.
Yeah,
Kevin just held a yawn, and now it looks like he's crying.
What you doing? You
just loves Life is Strange so much.
So emotional.
You talked about Shadow of or what is it called?
War.
Fucking
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
Yeah,
it's a good game. It's a good game.
Certainly a lot of it.
In the way that, yeah, you can kind of just keep going and going and going and
Very
going.
voluminous. So I got to the grind. I got to the part where it's like, okay, clear fortresses for the next 40 to 60 hours, and I think I'm good. I don't need to. I don't give two fucks about that. I don't need to see how that story ends.
Neither
I've
do
killed
I.
orcs for 30 hours. I don't need another.
Are you really that deep?
Oh yeah.
So is this the
That's a
moment
lot.
where if you throw $5 on it, everything will go faster?
It would. I just turned the difficulty all the way down to the easiest, and that also made it go super fast. And even that is, it's. I do not want to do all that. It's like I have 5 maps the size of the first map, and everyone has its own nemesis system, and everyone has its own fortress, and it's all the exact same. Like, show up to the map, start picking off the captain, start learning their shit, clear out the fortress, clean up the stuff, move to the next one, rinse, and each one is like. Between 10 and 20 hours to do, depending on how. Then
The only thing that really saves it for me with that game is that it's very fun to play.
Yeah,
like you're surrounded by these orcs and some of these ogres, and these fucking Caragors, and then once the dust settles, you're like there, and you're like, holy shit, I just killed all those guys, and I feel fucking cool.
Yeah, and that's fun for a while. Like I'm bored of it.
I think it would carry me for a while, but then like it'd be good to just like switch that off and go to something else.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck about the story about that game.
It's bad. Don't give a fuck about the story of that game. Actively do not think about it.
Yeah,
it's super terrible.
And that Nemesis engine is actually like really awesome.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I'm actually, because I mean the game is pretty much the Batman engine. And I would love for that Nemesis engine to show up in a Batman game. And then I would totally be all over that. Yeah. What do you don't think so?
No, yeah. It's both Warner Brothers. I'm like just connecting those dots now.
Really?
That it probably is the same Unreal
because
subset.
the at least the combat is pulled straight from Batman.
Yeah, no. It is definitely the exact combat. But like they might literally be the same engine. Now that you say that. I don't know.
Maybe.
You know.
Yeah, I guess.
It's
Firebird
engine.
Whatever.
It's like hardcore combat where you're kind of just punching people around and
and then you're countering, and then you're dodging, you're throwing batarangs.
I did not like that combat.
No, it's good.
No.
Really,
it's not good.
Once you get good at it, you can just like
see.
It feels good because it's throwing up like colors above, so you just out of your periphery, you're just like, oh, yellow, boom, yellow, and he fucking catches a dude behind them, and you're like, oh, red, and he fucking presses red and flips over that guy, and like when it's hitting, it is just. Boom, 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 boom.
And it's good, and it looks awesome. I know, Kevin, your biggest qualm with those games is like you're just mashing square, and 100% that's how Shadow of War is.
Yeah. Some of them are immune to square. Some of them you mash square and they push you over, and it's like,
no.
Use the batarang.
Then you have to press triangle for one time.
Yeah,
but
it's knowing when to press triangle
with
for
the
one
Nemesis
time.
engine and the way that these orcs are put together. Like, yeah, sometimes they're immune to some of these attacks, and that's what sort of makes it interesting. Especially when you got like 3 captains or something.
It's so dense
You're
now.
Tripping over captains.
Yeah, because
you're tripping over named
because there
guards.
are 5 or however many different maps now. Instead of having 20 orcs for the entire place, you have 20 orcs per place. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna take this one guy down. Oh, I got jumped by another guy on the way, and his blood brother is here also, and this dude who hates me because I kicked him in a fire is here. And each one has like a wrestler walk-on style.
Oh, I love that.
Camera zooms in and they go, "Man swine!" And like, it's weird. Even your own friendly captains, when you meet your people that you have like mind controlled to work for you, it zooms way into them, and they're like, "I'm going to do what you said." And it's like this pyro's going off. It's very...
People are chanting their names.
They are, yes, always.
That's great stuff. I really like that stuff. Like the voice acting is very good.
Yeah, there's one orc in there that is fucking bad.
Which one?
Conan did his like Clueless Gamer thing, and that's where they pointed out to me. I forget his name, but he's like, it's a comedian, and I don't know, he just sort of... He's kind of got like one of these sort of voices
for an orc,
you know. Yeah, and they're like, he's like, well, they told me they were gonna affect my voice and make me sound orc-like, and he's like giving Conan this like warning ahead of time. You're like, okay, let's see what it is. He's like, Ranger, you made it to Mordor. Whoa!
Is it the Indian dude?
Yeah,
yeah. I ran into that guy.
Fucking terrible.
I ran into that guy, and it's a guy with an Indian accent, like from India. and yeah, he has kind of a lisp, and it's just significantly different from like an English, like a Cockney
every
English
other
or
orc
everything.
in the world. It's Ranger, and they all talk like this, and they're gonna eat your guts. And then this guy's like, "Oh, welcome to Mordor, Ranger! You made it! Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
And like sticks out like a sore thumb.
I ran into one of those guys, and I'm like, "This is weird."
Yeah,
but it's all right, I guess.
No, it's fucking wrong. It's not okay.
Rolling in his grave.
Yes, no. Tolkien is so fucking far out of his grave at this point on this stuff. Dude, they made a new ring in the first minute and then just gave it to Shelob, who is now a lady, not a spider, and then she just gave it back.
I'm totally okay with that, and I think that's like geared.
You just like her because she's a pretty lady.
Yes, and that's probably geared towards guys who don't really know about this lore. But like, why not?
Why it could have just been a pretty? It could have just been a lady. It could have just been like, oh, I'm an evil witch. I took the ring, instead of like, oh no, I'm this giant spider, and now I'm a lady and I took the ring.
Well, for the same reason why, like, those witches are super sexy in The Witcher.
Stupid.
Why not?
And Gollum shows up
the
at
witches
the very
are
beginning.
In The Witcher.
The sorceresses.
Aren't they,
okay,
like,
the
sorceresses,
the
yes,
sorceresses,
but not
yes, use magic to make themselves beautiful. The hags.
I don't know.
The hags only appear
I'm totally
beautiful.
okay with Shelob. I know, like, a lot of the Tolkien guys are like, whoa,
so dumb.
What happened to my giant spider?
She's
not even that sexy.
No,
she's just like more feminine than anybody in that game.
She's just a random lady in an evening dress. Oh. And she taunts you when you die in missions.
What's her accent?
British.
Okay.
Like everybody else in the entire, in all of Middle Earth. One of them's got to be like having a Texan orc.
What do we...
Y'all shouldn't be here. Ranger.
We mentioned something about how the facial animations in Until Dawn are really well done. And then you also got games like The Witcher, the games like Uncharted. The facial animations in this game are fucking terrible.
Yeah, they're not the best.
No.
They look good on the orcs.
Yes.
They don't
the
look
orcs
good on
look
the people.
good, but I mean the orcs are orcs. You don't really know how orcs look.
Yeah, whatever. They didn't mocap it. I don't know. What do you want to tell you?
Fucking...
Whoever their cinematic tester was.
Torug, the fucking untouched over here, just playing this game, is like, that's not how orcs look.
Torug. That's a weird game.
It's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I recommend it, but I mean, like, not many people. It won't be most people's cups.
In a world where the first game didn't exist, I think this game stands way better. This game is just too much more of the first game.
My final thought is that when the first game came out, that Nemesis engine was a really cool thing, and a lot of people thought that would become a thing in games, and it hasn't really.
We should do that in a wrestling game.
That'd be cool.
There's your good wrestling game. Put that Nemesis system in there, because wrestling's all about getting jumped by random people that you're feuding with when you're not expecting it.
That happens in this wrestling game.
That would be a neat thing.
Yeah, and you can see the hierarchy. At the top is the champion.
Well, Triple H, but yeah.
He's the hidden one.
Yeah, he's one step above.
Yeah. If you beat up James Ellsworth to get information on where Stephanie's hiding.
That'd be neat.
That would be.
The Sapod guys
Call
make
me
that
Vince.
happen?
Call me Vince. I got some ideas. All I did was Divinity, and we've said enough about that. Let's take a quick break here. We'll come back, do some news, a couple quick emails. And then we'll get this 35th birthday party on the road.
Woo! 200!
I didn't talk about Puzzle Fighter, but
that's
whatever.
a bad game.
It's not that bad.
Top story coming up after this. Puzzle Fighter sucks.
Fun.
Here on the other side of this.
Fun. It's not good, but
break.
it's fun.
I got this.
Oh, fuck, I need to have a nap.
Yeah.
Need to rest up.
What's going on here?
I gotta grab a Red Bull.
Talk to the chat, OJ.
Are they up?
Put them up. Put them up. Yeah, they are. Hey, Chrysocopes. I was just talking about you. Thanks for subbing, brother.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, wheel on over there and have a chat with him.
Yeah, well. Hurry up. I need to go to the washroom too, but I'll check.
More than one of the subs.
I think that's an upstairs one.
Chris, how you doing, buddy? You guys enjoying the show so far?
Wet socks. Fucking worst.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the washroom real quick, but I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll just be right back.
Upstairs. Oh, he left. Man left. Oh. Hey. How's it going? More about the wrestling game with the Nemesis system. Yeah, that could be a good game. Just take all that Lord of the Rings shit and replace it with wrestlers. Take Talion, replace him with who's hot right now? Who's a rising star? Bobby Roode. And first heel you meet, Dolph Ziggler, right? He's your feud, and then he, you beat him, and then he tells you about all the other wrestlers, and the web expands, and it could be cool. It could be really cool. Do you know good programming coding programs? Because I got fired from my job. Do we know any good programming / coding programs? No, I don't. That's not really our cup of tea. We're more into the playing the video games than the making of them.
Programming, eh?
Yeah. Making video.
Plus.
Yeah. Python.
Try, what's that one with Unreal? Unreal.
The Unreal Development Kit.
UDK, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the one.
No, working at BioWare made me realize that I do not want to make video games. That would make me hate video games, I think. Kevin has guests here, so I don't know if he's even coming back down.
Like party guests?
Yeah, Soft Point. Soft Point and Star Wars, Mark. The ones and only.
Working at BioWare was just a thing where I don't know, like after working for BioWare, I just saw the framework of these BioWare games, and it just kind of got me like, this is kind of a shitty way of making games.
Yeah, shitty. It's a shitty industry. Like it in so many ways, it is.
It's not. It's
just like it's so like radio in so many ways.
It wasn't so much like. Yeah, I saw the shittiness of the industry, but it was just like, these games aren't that good.
No, and when you see how they're made, you're like, ooh, these... Suddenly, I can see how every game is not that good.
Yeah, and...
You eat the apple. You literally eat the, like, the serpent gives you the apple, and you're like, oh god.
At what point, like, we were there for Dragon Age 2, but at what point in Mass Effect series was that at?
Between 2 and 3. DLC for 2, because you're in the credits of DLC for 2, right? So
it's cold down here.
Yeah, you have 2 gloves.
One of them you are.
I own all those things.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
good.
Yeah, one of them.
Thanks,
One of them you are.
But it was a thing where that
So convenient.
You totally are. You showed me at BioWare one day. You pulled me like my first day there.
fucking awesome. I don't know.
Yeah, you're in there somewhere.
I don't remember.
Probably under like
helping out with-
additional QA or something.
I don't remember helping with Mass Effect, but that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's going forward from that. I just saw like the framework of those BioWare games, and I'm like, these aren't really good games. Like the only thing that's really saving them is the voice acting.
Yeah, they're, once you
They've
see
never
how,
been good games.
they are good
They
games.
are good games.
The first one, Dragon
Yes.
Age 1, was great.
Yes.
I'm not
Every
even
other
talking
game
about
that's
Dragon
just a
Age.
fucking
Fan.
carbon copy of that game.
Says the guy. I guess you haven't been playing 2K wrestling games for the last 16 years. But
no, I mean I've played NHL 2K13.
Yeah,
and now I'm playing 2K15 or 2K18.
They're the exact same. I don't know how the hockey games stack up. The wrestling games are like basically identical.
And we don't play the 2K hockey games. We play the EA ones.
Yeah.
Shell.
That's just how video games are. People find a system that works well for them, and then they stick to that system for 20 years until they are forced to figure out something new. Anthem is gonna have a fucking dialogue
NHL
wheel
18 had skating innovation.
Yeah, that's
they totally
EA's NHL.
They totally changed the way skating works in this one.
Cool.
And stick handling. So
you fall over now, right? If you pivot too hard. I actually really dig that.
If it works, it works. Yeah. Like, I'm still playing Telltale games. Like, how many other Telltale games I played before, I'm still playing them.
Yeah.
But that's...
Sit closer, we'll come back.
That's very much so fucking subject matter, because I tried the...
Yes, Dad.
I tried the...
Oliver doesn't want to wear his headphones, doesn't want to talk.
I tried the Borderlands game, and that was cool. It's just it didn't draw me in enough to keep playing them.
Yeah. Okay, we're going back on, folks. If you're watching in the chat, thank you so much. Sticking around with us. Just remind people.
Did you see Chris Akapi's sub?
Yeah, I did. I summoned him when I was talking about him before the show. He heard my call. We don't look at the chat when we're doing the show, so if anybody pops in or is talking to us, just remind them that we'll check in after. See you here at the end. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Somebody should keep an eye on it.
I should bring us in. News. We're back. Talking about podcast number 200. Kevin's birthday, number 35.
Whoa, you can't just tell people how old I am.
Too late. Bleep that in
Kevin's
post.
35. Oliver is 33.
And we're both 26.
26, yeah.
No, I'm not one of those people who gets all worked up about the fact that I'm a year older. So
No. Are you gonna? Is 40 like? Do you have that weird like?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see if I have like one of those midlife crises. Maybe I'll just disappear.
Yeah, between like this 10 years from now is perfect midlife crisis time.
Yeah. So
you should get back into cars.
You'll break off this podcast, start your own. It's gonna be great.
Screw that. I'll break off this podcast and move to like Ethiopia.
Also good.
Just do good
things.
You
have
for
options.
The world.
Yeah, that's right.
The world is your oyster.
Be a hero. Be the hero the world needs.
I think 30 is fucking great.
Yeah, 30's
good. I agree.
30's the new 20, son.
Yeah. I thought my 20s were fun, but I'm like, fuck, I was an idiot kid when I was 20. Now I'm 30. I'm 30 and more. I'm like, fucking yes.
The amount of wisdom that you gain through your 20s is just astounding looking back. Because it's like you made a lot of. I don't know. I don't want to say everybody makes a lot of stupid mistakes in their 20s, but I made a lot of stupid mistakes in my 20s.
But I think you always feel that way of like, man, if I knew now what I learned in the last 5 years, the choices I would have made.
Oh yeah,
you
for
always feel like you've learned.
It's true,
so much,
but like
right?
that realization comes at 30. Like, holy fuck, I really wish I would have listened to my parents back when I was 18.
No, I'm getting that now.
16, 17, 18.
I'm getting a lot of that now.
And it's like. The big thing is though, like moving forward into like the 40s and 50s, I don't know how many epiphany moments there will be moving forward.
You start
but
to taper off, right? You gain knowledge, and now it's time to start losing knowledge again.
I don't think losing knowledge is a thing. No, it's just
senility starts setting in.
Sort of level off.
Just the upward trend just gets a little slower.
As the world becomes more progressive, you just taper off at that one thing.
Yeah, I guess that's actually totally true.
Yeah. And then you just start holding on to your beliefs.
By comparison, you are becoming more racist over time. Keep this new segment going, bro.
Oh, shit. Yeah. EA shuts down Visceral, whoever the fuck they are, the makers of Dead Space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I believe that's Amy Hennig's gig.
Another one falling to EA.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
So this was the studio that I remember back, I think I wrote it down here, 2014, Amy Hennig left Naughty Dog. Went off to make some very secretive Star Wars project. She went to, so the I don't know if this is true, but the story I always thought I heard was that she went to take over, you guys remember Star Wars 1313?
Yes.
She went to take over that, which we had like a weird CG trailer one year of.
That was the Bounty Hunter one.
Yeah, falling down like a mine shaft or something.
Yeah.
She went, I think, to take over.
The Bang Cabin.
That's right. Whatever that. Oh, Until Dawn. Okay.
Yeah, it's
the Bang Cabin.
Until Dawn
the
joke.
Sex Hut. Okay. She went over to head up some Star Wars project, and they have since shut down Visceral and canned that project.
Meh.
Yeah.
It's getting so. Patrick Soderlund, Svaderlund. He's Swedish. I'm probably mispronouncing it. He's the executive VP of EA. He released a statement, which is kind of where, I mean, this is a big story, but here's where it gets like a little weird. He says, throughout the development process, we've been testing the game concept with players, listening to feedback about what and how they want to play, and closely tracking fundamental shifts in the marketplace. It has become clear that to deliver an experience that players will want to come back and enjoy for a long time to come, we need to pivot the design. And he says this as a follow-up to him talking about how they were making a single-player, linear, story-based adventure game. And
in other words, they designed themselves into a corner and couldn't have microtransactions, so they're just like, this is no good.
Totally. Reading into it, yes, that is 100% what it sounds like. And it kind of put people into this frenzy of like, single-player AAA games are dead. There's no room for it. If a Star Wars one can't do it, if the biggest IP in the entire world right now can't do it, then they're dead. It's over. It's done.
Uncharted begs to differ.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey, arguably the most anticipated video game you'd say of all time, is fucking not around this table. Come on,
well,
get
it's gonna be
a little awareness, you
my
guys.
nips are so hard.
Oh my
god,
looks dumb.
You can't just throw out of all time.
Unwoke motherfuckers.
That
is what
game
you
looks
guys are.
really dumb.
You look dumb. You shut your mouth. Have you seen that corn? Have you seen Mario in the wedding dress? I didn't think so.
That game looks so dumb.
You looked at you get off this podcast.
The game looks fine. It
No, the
doesn't
game
look
looks
like...
It's probably not the
fucking
most
dope.
anticipated.
200 was a good run for me.
Oh my god, does that game look good? You guys are insane. You guys are so insane.
Who are these guys?
Who are
wrong
you?
with
You want to
people?
break off and start our own Metal Gear only show?
is
Yes,
wrong?
yes.
Aw.
Listen,
Jeez.
listen, Matt. 200 was a good run for you.
Bryce, can you continue hosting this? I want to go talk about Metal Gear.
Oh,
on
that's
Metal
fine.
Gear
I
show.
can run the show by myself. It's going to be all Hearthstone, all Fire Emblem, and Nintendo games.
Yes.
Like it
All right,
needs
I'll
to be.
come back and talk about Super Mario Odyssey with
Nice, nice.
you. Single player games aren't going anywhere. I want to say
they just, macro transactions is what they need. Like DLC, isn't that not
we need so
enough of a money grab?
games have cost $60 for a long time, at least in America. Here, other places they change, but for a very long time now, 15-ish years, give or take, games have been standardized at $60. Games now cost a lot more to make than they used to. Granted, you're selling more, the audience is bigger, blah blah blah. But like there has to be some kind of a shift in the way the games are either made or the way that games are sold.
See, I don't understand why games cost more to make now.
Because they're...
You'd think that with improving tech, that games should get cheaper to make, like everything else in the world does.
But there's also... There's so many more components now, right? It used to just be like one dude would program a little thing in his basement, and that was it. Now
that's
it's
true.
like
2D.
Now it's like just in the voice department alone, we need 50 people to schedule all these actors and get them in and make all the sounds, and like it's a huge production. Like production teams are bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
I would say most of the money probably goes into marketing, which is the main problem.
100% it does.
So,
but that's the thing where like, do we need that money in marketing because our $60 price point has never moved? So now we have to sell so much more copies, and like something has to change. I don't know what it is. Maybe find a way to sell them cheap, and then offer those like macro transact. I guess that would just be a transaction. Offer those offer players some kind of way to maybe like piecemeal their games together. Even start selling Call of Duty at $10 or whatever, $25, and it's just the multiplayer. If you want the single player, that's like a $30 thing you can buy separately, or I don't know what the answer is.
Buy pieces of a game, not the full thing. But
Yeah, kind of. Or
like, how are they not making money? Like movies are still $15 a pop, and they're grossing.
yeah, but I mean, movies aren't
Very
really
different,
making money for a long time. Sony has posted their fourth straight loss this year.
Oh wow! I just don't know.
excuse me. It's something has to change. It's very different, and I don't make games on a day-to-day basis. Like I don't know all the answers. But if a Star Wars game, the biggest IP in the world, I don't think anybody can argue that right now. There's a new movie coming out in December. It's the hottest thing, at least in North America. If EA is not confident in a Star Wars property being able to sell their single player game and make it profitable, like
Because the
That
problem is
sends
they want to make
waves.
it profitable.
that sounds ways. Well, of course, every game you
They
want to make
sh-
every single game in the
Video
world
game.
profitable.
Should be non-profit organizations, and fun should be their goal.
You're right.
any group that's cover their costs and make a living.
If we're all philanthropists, yes.
Yeah. And then just happiness value, like bringing that smile to that child's face.
Yeah,
we just playing Mario and throwing the hat around.
We just have to get our Patrick Soderlands to like take their however many $1 million pay cut, so that I don't know. It's a bad scene. It's a bad scene, is what it is. And nobody knows what's happening to Amy Hennig. That project is being picked up by Worldwide Studios and another EA Vancouver. So who knows what's gonna happen with that even. Sad times.
I get it. Like, yeah, I'd play the Lost Legacy like one time, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Maybe again in a couple years. So, I mean, like, all the money that they put into that game is kind of just, one $60 buy. That game was arguably cheap. Like, it was cheaper than a regular game.
Yeah. Look at things like The Last Guardian, which spent over 10 years in development.
Yeah.
Right? That's 10 years of salaries that you're paying for huge teams.
So, as a business thing, like, yeah, you have to do what you can to get as much money as you can. So
yeah, EA doesn't give a fuck about players. EA wants to make money.
Yeah. You talked about those loot boxes at length a couple episodes ago, or was that just last week?
Last week, yeah. We're going to talk about it again this week.
Great.
Year of the loot box.
Best year.
Excited.
Yeah. Speaking of
2017.
Awesome video game news to really make you feel good about the industry, Activision has won a patent for a matchmaking system that will encourage microtransactions. Right now, if you and I are playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and we both queue in, click, match make, find me a match, it looks at our skills and our MMRs and blah, blah, blah games played, and it tries to, it eventually matches you and I because it figures that we are about the same skill level and we've played about the same, and we should have a good match, in theory. That's the idea right now with matchmaking, is give someone the fairest match possible, because then it's the most fun, because like stomping people is sometimes not the most fun. Losing, like getting stomped, is no fun, but having a good close match is a real good time. Activision's new system is specifically designed to match you in such a way that it will put you in scenarios where you are more likely to spend money to engage with whatever microtransactions are in the game. It hasn't been implemented yet because they have just won the patent for it. So currently no games utilize this. But to give you an example, and this is right out of the patent, if a player purchased a particular weapon, the microtransaction matchmaking may match that player into a match where their purchased weapon is extra effective. So you buy this weapon, you get thrown into a match, you're like, oh man, this fire gun I got or whatever is awesome. It's like just burning these guys up left, right, and center. This is dope.
So they'll match you with me who has
you're weak to fire armor, or you're weak to fire damage. Yeah, it's super effective against you.
Or let's say using the Marvel vs. Capcom, if your team is really good against Thanos, it would match you against more Thanoses than not.
Yeah. Or say in Call of Duty, you like using shotguns, but don't like using snipers. It has been tracking your weapon use, and it is more likely to place you on the close quarters maps where your shotguns, because you are a paying player, do better than the long range maps.
That's scummy.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
No, that is. It's just to show off the new tech. It's not going to be for you buy the old school one. You buy something new and shiny. It'll place you with people who haven't purchased that. They'll see the power of it. Like, oh, I want to buy that too. Test it out. Play with it a little bit. It's not going to be, I'm going to buy a better experience.
Yeah, wouldn't
but it's to show it off to the other players. It's not for you anymore.
By spending
as soon as you spend the money, you want the other players to spend more money.
And they are also giving other players a shitty experience to try and put them into the mindset of like, just spend a little money, get the good experience.
That seems cool.
Yeah, just spend a little. You want to play against you want to have an edge. You just want to play against slightly worse people so that you win more. Spend a little money.
Not even slightly worse. It's just people who haven't spent the money.
It could be anything. It could be slightly worse. It could totally be that. Like the thing with this matchmaking system is they can do whatever the fuck they want. It's completely insane.
I think it's great.
Do you really think it's great?
Yeah.
Why?
It's fine.
Why?
There's nothing
from now on in League of Legends, or I mean, you spend money and everything, so it's hard. But okay, so now
this is a matchmaking system that will only improve my gameplay.
Not necessarily. This system it is only designed to play. It's not designed to make you feel good about your purchase. Maybe the way to get you to purchase more is to make you feel good about it, but it's just designed to get you to purchase more. So if you spend $400, maybe it puts you in a situation where it's like, yo, you should spend just 100 more. If you get the 500, you'll get like. It could just be objectively shitty for everybody except Activision.
True.
And it like, even if it's not in play now, even if it's like we have this system in, but here's a hopper where it's all skill. Like,
I don't know. The way they describe it and obviously we don't know the inner workings of it because it's just been announced and everything like
and
that.
it's all hypothetical still.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, let's say using the Call of Duty example that I am a shotgun player. If putting $10 into a game that I enjoy gets me both an item that I really want to use and maybe puts me into 10% more maps that I have a lot more fun on, I don't see that as a negative.
But that always has to come at the expense of somebody else.
Well, I'm not in it for other people. I'm in it for myself. I'm playing the game for my own entertainment.
Right. I'm saying this is objectively bad for video games.
I can see how it's bad for free-to-play players.
Also, this is like
being someone who's not in that boat.
This is
I'm in it for me.
But it's not just with free-to-play games. It's like you spent $60 on a game. You didn't buy our bullshit premium pass that comes with a bunch of weapon skins, so now you're in the shitty matchmaking pool. You get matched with people who quit because you didn't spend money. Spend some money. Like, it's objectively shitty. It's so insane. This is one step away. Like, this is the dark future path where tomorrow we're going to be financing, like, artificial organ replacements, and then the repo men are going to come and take them back. Like, this is this dark nonsense future that we all make fun of where none of this could possibly happen because no one would let an obviously... This is like evil corporation. 100%. What if we made people feel bad so that they gave us more money?
But that's not part of the system. There's no feel bad part of the patent.
But you're right. But by
because they want everyone to have an overall positive experience. But if the positive experience
they want
triggers other people to spend more money,
they want the money spenders to have a good experience, and they want the not money spenders to have a negative experience to convince them to become
you're going
money
to the
spenders.
extremes where, like, if I spend money, I'm going to be in bliss paradise, and if I don't spend any, this game is garbage. I should just not play it.
So
it's not going to be like that.
I'm playing Call of Duty, and I
still want to keep people on the hook, reel them in nice and slow.
No, I'm playing Call of Duty, and I've just lost the match. Okay, now is it because I'm a worse player, or is it because these people spent money and they are now getting matched with all better teammates or whatever?
But I mean, you're at least...
Okay, I won a match. Is it because I spent money, or is it because I'm good at this game?
From how I read it, at least on this little write-up here, it's like they're not going to stack one team with all the spenders against all the people who aren't spending money. They're going to put a spender... They're going to try to balance it so that the people who aren't spending money can see what an effect that potential effect that these pay-to-win items, and this absolutely is pay-to-win.
100%. 100%.
They'll see
it's not even
the
just
effect.
Pay to win. It's like pay to have a good experience.
They'll see what the effect of these items are, and seeing that will either make them...
But that has to come at the expense of another player.
But was this, for the for example quote, was this actually in the patent?
Yeah, the four examples are taken straight out of the patent.
Okay, because like I'm looking at all the Blizzard games right now, and like everything's cosmetic. Nothing actually gives you an edge.
Yes. While this is purely cosmetic,
yeah,
I think that's totally fine. Like, sure, use and abuse this if you want, and that, like, it's still a little scummy of, like, we are collecting data on you and, like, using that in a sort of sinister way to try to push you into buying our product. But at least it's cosmetic. At least you can kind of feel okay about that. Like, do it like Dota, where here's the game, pay for your flair.
I guess HOTS is the only thing where you could get a competitive advantage buying the new character, but that's...
But there are lots of games out there where, like, especially today, is it like Battlefront 2, you want your grenades better? Buy a loot box.
Really?
You want better?
Actually, plus his damage?
Explosion radius. You want a bigger explosion radius?
Ooh.
Get that card out of a loot box. You want more damage? Get that card out. You want less cooldowns? Get that card out of a loot box.
Gross.
And I'm going to read the other example.
I think by gross
here.
you mean awesome.
Yeah. The other example that I pulled from the patent...
That's why I didn't like Team Fortress.
For example, the microtransaction matchmaking system may identify a junior player to match with a marquee player based on a player profile of the junior player. In a particular example, the junior player may wish to become an expert sniper in a game. Microtransaction Engine 128, which is the patent name for it, may match the junior player with a player that is highly skilled sniper in the game. In this manner, the junior player may be encouraged to make game-related purchases such as a rifle or other item used by the highly skilled sniper. So they will match you with people who have spent money so that you can see, like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. I want that.
That's legit.
I mean, to an extent, a lot of games
you should
do this in the background already, right?
Yeah.
Like,
if we're playing a competitive game...
If you and I are playing League of Legends, and there's a new champion that came out that I don't have, that you have, and we play a game together, and I see that champion in action, I think, that champion looks awesome. I'm going to drop $5 and pick it up. Isn't that the same thing?
No, that's completely different than... Now the quality of our match is being sacrificed so that it will match us with other people who have that skin so that we can see them having it.
and then make us want to in turn have it.
Right.
Well.
You and me, like, it's just happy coincidence if I have it and you see it and we're making the choice to play together. If the matchmaking system is giving us a bad match, like,
but I mean,
matchmaking should be skill. You're playing a competitive video game.
League of
There's
Legends,
a winner and a loser. It should be 50-50.
League of Legends is a great example of this because, arguably speaking, each champion that comes out is significantly more powerful than every champion that comes before it because of the power creep of that game.
Sure.
So it's kind of the same thing because you see that superpowered champion and you're like, well, I want to buy this champion because of how overpowered it is.
It's only the same thing if you are actively being matched against people playing that champion because
who's to
you
say
don't
they
have
aren't
that
still going to
champion.
make it a balanced fight. In addition, like, we're going to throw in a money in there.
Because you have to sacrifice something to match by other metrics. You have to. If you're matching by microtransaction, you're not matching by skill, or you're matching by skill less.
If there's enough player base, and definitely in a Blizzard game. Or Activision,
Why are you guys? What is happening here? You're right.
Making it sound so sinister and evil.
This is fucking sinister. Am I the only?
And it is.
Are you guys insane?
It's neutral at best.
I don't even believe what I'm hearing. This is fucking crazy.
You guys were throwing.
You guys
We
are the
were
ones
just talking
you guys
about
are the ones who are like,
how video games
the iPhone,
need to make more money.
The iPhone 10 is out. Like, you guys are the ones who are fucking buying into, like, yes, I love that my phone only lasts a year. We're gonna buy it, and Apple knows what's best for us.
I have
like,
a Pixel. Thank you.
I've had this phone for
you guys
4
are
years.
Fucking insane. You guys are absolutely crazy.
Do you get
You guys been throwing Marvel vs. Capcom examples at me, and
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't think that this would work in that situation
Sure
because there's like,
It would work in any situation.
There are counters and like sub counters.
What if you get
in
extra
Marvel vs.
frames
Capcom,
of reaction or
no, I don't think you can
You
buy
get extra
extra
damage.
frames.
That would be ridiculous.
What if they release a new Infinity Power that is just objectively better? What if it's the time stop plus it lasts 10% longer?
That's not a thing that they would.
your
release,
super move
though.
does 1%
Also,
more?
this is a patent that has yet to be like.
Also, like
before today,
you'd be
this
able
would never
to,
have
to
existed.
get the time stone, and then that would be it. Unless like they're like, yeah, this is for sale.
So
but
what-
the fighting game community, like, you can't. I don't think you can compare the fighting games with Call of Duties.
See,
because
hold on. I think you can because let's say, who's your team?
Gamora, Ryu.
Okay, you have Gamora, Ryu. Let's say you have a 90% win rate against a Spider-Man team. I don't even know if Spider-Man's in the game, but
sake of the
let's say
argument.
you have a 90% win rate against a Spider-Man team. This new matchmaking could see that and see that you've spent money and put you against more teams who have Spider-Man in it.
On the other side of that, people who are good against Gamora and whatever your team was, or there's a character you can buy that is good against them, they're
there's
going to
nothing-
match them against you more. You're going
But
to be
that's all.
playing against your
I
counter.
believe it's like just skill based at that point. Like my Gamora Ryu team probably is better against a Spider-Man team just because Spider-Man's weak to Gamora.
Exactly.
Or,
So
and,
what if-
and whatever
because
thing.
you-
But like you can't buy anything in those games. Like you can't buy a sword for Gamora to be like, well, that one's a lot stronger than anybody.
Well, no, the sword, no,
because
but
it's just all skill.
merely by the fact that they're matching you against somebody that you're objectively better than based on character matchup, that is an advantage.
So I get
totally.
that. I get that. Like, yeah, that's the advantage. But I mean, like, as
Or,
far
like,
as microtransactions go, like that's not a thing.
because there is no specific power like microtransaction to get an advantage doesn't mean okay, I bought a skin, now I'm in the premium matchmaking queue. Now I get matched not by skill but by like we want Matt Eads to have fun. We want Matt Eads to win 70% of his matches because he spent money. So now he's going to play only against teams that he's good
like
against.
let's say there isn't even a loot crate. Like let's say you don't get any items, you don't get any game benefit other than the fact that you're buying into the premium matchmaking queue.
Oliver,
that
who didn't
could
buy
be-
in, now Oliver is objectively losing 30%. If I'm winning 70%, Oliver is losing 30% because that has to come from somewhere.
He's losing 70%. You're winning 70. He's losing 70.
Yes, pardon me. He's only winning 30. Like, there has to be some
Okay.
give and some take. It's
I still don't get it. Like, let's say okay, they just released 3 new characters: Sigma, Black Panther, and Monster Hunter.
okay.
So you're saying that if I bought that,
Black Panther is really good against Gamora. Black Panther is like
Black Panther.
whatever. Black Panther is a counter to Gamora. It's been documented. Oliver has a 10% win rate against Black Panther. We know that Black
then-
Panther beats Gamora.
They'd start actively putting me in matches against Black Panther players.
They would start actively putting Black Panther players in matches against you. Really, they're looking at the paying players. But yes, for all intents and purposes, yes. Yes, so now you are objectively going to lose. You have a % chance to lose. It's not 50-50 anymore. Or you never know if it is. You never know if it's a skill-based thing, or if this dude is fucking just awesome and is getting matched. Like,
but the scope of this analogy is 1-on-1. For all of these games, this would be 5-on-5.
Anything on anything. There's always a way. Like, don't get caught up in the particular details. There's always a way to give someone an advantage.
I'm at a point
anything other than skill.
I'm at a point in Marvel vs. Capcom where I know I'm not fucking good. I drop my combos and like I'm sloppy, and other players will capitalize on me. So that even if that happened in the back end, I probably wouldn't understand. Like I'm doing my best and I'm not dropping combos, yet Black Panther is just fucking killing me.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where the vast majority of players won't even know that this is going on, and it won't affect their gameplay at all.
It will affect it. They just won't notice it. They just won't notice it.
Yeah, and if you're not noticing it doesn't really affect you.
This is a matchmaking system that can be patented in any game. The next Call of Duty will probably fucking have this. It would be crazy not to.
It's like the South Park, the phone game. It pretty much did that.
What if it does it in Hearthstone, where it's like, okay, buy this super new expansion. It's a $90 edition. Includes premium matchmaking. Who beats whatever you play, right?
Hearthstone already does that.
Yeah. Technically, no, but yes.
Well, no, Hearthstone has been
supposed to.
It's been very notorious, especially at the beginning of it, where people would put a single copy of the 3/1 haste creature into their deck, because matchmaking would think that they're playing a speed hunter deck because they have that card in their deck, and they would match them against certain counter decks like Mage or whatever. So you play Druid, you throw one of these copies in your deck, and you would fool matchmaking into thinking you're playing a different class than you are.
So what if you could just pay $50? It's like new expansion, pays $50, and we guarantee that whenever you're playing Mage, you will not get matched against whatever classes you don't want more than 20% of the time or whatever. Anything other than skills, like, completely ruins. If you're not matching everybody by skill, you're matching nobody by skill.
But it's not going to be a dramatic shift like that. It's not going to be 100-0. Well, they could do it, but then
absolutely they could.
Then no one will play their game. Of course they
will. People are going to fucking buy Call of Duty no matter what. People are going to buy Call of Duty, and especially like Kevin says,
if you keep losing every single game,
no one's going to know. They're not going to be upfront about this and be like, "Hey, guess what? Because you spend money, you're in the good matchmaking now."
Yeah, no, I think they're not going to be upfront about it.
No, of course not.
Because nobody knows about it, I don't think
we're getting the word out now. This is so sinister, you guys.
It is very sinister.
This is like, but I mean, I know that Google's watching me through my camera all the time, but whatever. I'm fine with it. I don't jerk off in front of my camera. It doesn't affect me, so it's cool.
Wait, you don't?
Oh no, I do. I just don't care that Google sees.
You put the post-it on top, so you're safe. Of course.
I take the post-it off. Ready for a show, boys. Oh boy.
It is.
I can see I'm not
very sinister.
I can see I'm not making any ground here.
Has potential to be very like scummy. Unfortunately, it's
everything we know about Activision is they are not scummy ever about anything.
People like us who have in-depth discussion about this type of stuff around a table, around mics, are the only people that are raising flags about it.
I would rather wait and see what it looks like before I denounce them for doing it.
I think we should just nip it in the bud and matchmake via skill. If I'm playing a competitive game, I would like to be matched against someone who is about my skill level. Otherwise, I don't fucking want to play.
But I mean, But saying it like that, if you're being matched against someone who's above your skill level all the time...
About my skill level. About. I want an even match, right? Plus or minus however much.
What about someone about your skill level, but they got that new shiny thing?
Oh, that fucking... I should just... If I just buy that, I could win more games.
Right?
And I got one last story that I pulled. Bryce, why don't you read us this last story here?
Crystal ID randomly tweets...
Crystal Dynamic.
Oh, yeah. Not ID. Sure.
Crystal ID.
Crystal ID randomly tweets Legacy of Kain picture. Is that Diablo?
No.
No, it's a game called Legacy of Kain.
Oh. Who is Kain?
He's a vampire.
Like Dracula Alucard in that area, or
kinda. It's like what was it? PlayStation 1 was the first Legacy of Kain game.
Oh, it's just he standalone Legacy of Kain. He's
okay. Kain is his own franchise.
Okay.
What was his spin-off of?
Soul Reaver.
That's right.
Or was Soul Reaver?
Soul Reaver was first. Legacy of Kain, because Kain was the villain in Soul Reaver.
Yes, you're right. And as Raziel is the Soul Reaver. Yeah. Okay.
Was this game a big deal?
Yes,
it was. Yeah. It was like
the
flag. Cool. Legacy of Kain 2 was like one of the flagship PS2 games.
Yeah,
it was like huge when it came out.
Nothing.
No. Yeah. we were young. We were very young.
I guess. Brett owned all the PlayStation. Still never heard of it.
It was a mature title for the time. So
yeah, blood and gore.
Oh, okay.
Did you finish reading the story?
A local podcast pundit suspects HD remaster, but prays for a new game.
I wonder who
folks.
this local podcast pundit is.
It must be me. I've heard of so many good things about
Bryce,
this.
I knew you loved Legacy of Kain. Yeah, they tweeted out a picture of not Kain, but Raziel or whatever his name is, and he looks all HD.
Cool.
I'm so tired of HD remakes.
No way. It's been so long since Legacy of Kain 2.
Of HD remakes
I want to play
the
Legacy of Kain
first
2.
one that came out.
Like I think you had like telekinesis powers. You could like throw guys onto spikes. I remember.
Yeah, that game was
good,
super cool.
I want to play it again. Let's do some emails. Oliver, why don't you take us through this first email? Sorry, before you do that, podcast at Talking Reckless is an address where you can write those emails, or you can drop them on our subreddit at r/Talking Reckless.
Marcus writes from the subreddit, I assume, because that's where.
From the email address. This
Oh,
was
good.
an Electronic M.
Good. I'm glad you're checking
Old
Electronic
timey.
M's again.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, been watching some of the Divinity stream this week and loving it. It made me think of games which I'd think would be cool if they were co-op. For example, after playing Telltale Walking Dead over again with someone else, I thought it'd be cool if two people would control two characters, maybe creating more unique and interesting options. Any games you guys could think of, any games you guys think could have a great co-op mode, even if it's even if just to mess with a mate. Cheers for the show this week.
I was messing up Oliver. It was my fault that he started laughing.
Yeah.
He was doing like some
I was
weird
starting to get nervous.
mistletoe thing.
Yeah.
Telltale games wouldn't be good co-op.
I forget what it's called. We saw it at E3 this year. Someone's making basically like a Telltale two-person game. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like that split screen. It's always split screen. It's their two brothers are breaking out of jail or whatever it is. You
were talking
like
to me about that.
Moving back and forth. That's what this made me think of.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
But it'd be
dope.
like fighting over dialogues, or would everyone have their own
You'd have to have
separate
your own
little story?
kinda, your own separate
think-
story or.
Yeah, so I sort of recall this where, the two brothers breaking out of jail, but like while Bryce, you're distracting the guards, I'm in the back knocking out a dude and taking his keys.
But why Telltale?
Tomonaji.
It's not necessarily Telltale.
Yeah, no,
it's just like
this the regular co-op game. Then
Yeah.
sounds fine.
I guess so.
I
yeah.
like the. I
Like,
understand
I don't
the
think the
appeal of
story
Telltale
is-
games.
I could see the appeal, but it'd be frustrating in a sense.
Kind of, but you wouldn't be able to just drop a second player into any Telltale game. It
No,
would
that's
have to be,
fair.
like,
I was thinking like
designed
Walking
for
Dead
it.
with a second player. Like,
Yeah.
oh god, that wouldn't.
What if
go
it's
well.
a Walking Dead game and we're both survivors, but are on like two different camps?
factions?
Yeah, two different camps,
and you
then-
don't know which character is on the other team?
Yes.
Oh, that would be so cool.
When you meet, you have no idea which is because you're just picking dialogue options or whatever, so you don't know.
You
who
never
the
see your
player
hands
is.
or face.
Yeah.
Just, ooh.
Oh, that'd be fun. And then at the end of the episode, you meet is when the two factions finally meet, and how that plays out bases on how your choices were made over here.
I like the idea of like a cooperative game, yet each person has his own like objective.
Yeah.
So you're not like it's fun like cooperating for that one end, but it's good to know that like Bryce, you have your own reasons to do what we're doing, and maybe it'll clash, and then you're gonna have to do some scummy shit to get your way over my way.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it before, the way you guys said it earlier in the Divinity stream, the way you guys can just stay on your own and have your own little dialogue options. If something's super important, just teleport to me and we'll hash it out together.
Yeah, or like I really like the idea of we are playing cooperatively, but we're not working towards the same end. So like, ooh, I don't want Bryce to hear this conversation. Like, I'm gonna wait till Bryce is doing something else, and I'm gonna talk to these guys without Bryce.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Cooperative, yet not competitive, but not cooperative per se. There's a sweet middle ground to find there.
Go.
You go.
No, it's a dumb aside, but
I think Metal Gear would be great with co-op.
I'd want to see XCOM would be really easy to do like a built-in two-player for that, because I mean you and I have tried to do like passing the mouse between each other, each controlling a couple characters.
Yeah,
but yeah, if that was built into that game, that would be super cool.
I'm surprised there must be a mod or something out there by now for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to mention Pandemic Legacy, and that's a board game. And
It's a cooperative board game.
Yeah,
Bryce just gave you a
yeah. But that sort of boils down
didn't
to
like
the one person who knows how to play kind of just guiding the whole game.
Quarterbacking.
Yeah.
That's what we call in the biz.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Quarterbacking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like American
Yeah,
football.
exactly.
Are
That's
you excited for season 2 this week?
Is that coming out this week?
27?
We're halfway through this one, but
No.
this is the issue I have with the game is like Amber and I are the ones that are kind of setting up, and we understand how the game's going, whereas everybody's just kind of participating. But like we're always being like, hey, you should probably do this, and with this guy, you could probably do this. Quarterback, that's perfect.
Yeah, they're like, what do I do? And you just play their turn for them.
So I wish like each player had their own sort of objective to achieve. So it wouldn't just be like, well, yeah, we could do that, but I kind of need to do this. And to keep it
single player, so you can't really input on the other player's actions.
Yeah, because even in the instructions it says you're encouraged to discuss with the players, but it's ultimately that player's choice to do what.
Co-op by committee is kind of no fun.
And
yeah,
so,
I agree.
And in that game is just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're working towards this goal, and you guys know how to play this, so yeah, we're just gonna go along for the ride. So there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've veered off from his
Single players that could be co-op. It's like
that's kind of a bad.
it's like
That's kind of a bad question because hear me out. Because single player games are designed to be single player, right? You can't just drop a second player into most games and have it make sense.
like the only example I could think of is like Portal, but they already did that and it was great.
Yeah. Oh, it was so
What
good.
if-
But it was designed
gravity
for
guns?
2 players.
Yeah.
The Metal Gear.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, Metal Gear 5 would be fucking awesome co-op because just drop 2 snakes to infiltrate this huge base of NPCs or whatever.
Well, no, because you already have an ally, right? Like you have the dog or you have Ghost or whatever. Like you could
can
just
play my what's the walker called? Oliver, do you want to be my walker?
Walker
gear.
Those games are never fun. It's like Super Mario Galaxy was co-op. One person could control where they kind of focused on in the screen, but the other person was Mario. It's like, it's not really the same.
I think one person plays the hat in Odyssey.
Yeah,
One person plays Cappy.
It's no good. Yeah.
Oliver, you could be the horse. Do it.
Sure, yeah. Just take
Do
a
it.
shit in the road so that the Jeep veers off.
Do it.
the horse with testicles.
Do it.
No,
I
there's
don't.
there's no testicle tech
And
in that game.
I think Boss's
Oh,
horse
that was
is
Conan.
I think Boss's horse is a lady
Oh
horse.
yeah, Conan and what was the other one? Red Dead 2.
Yeah, Boss's horse is a lady, I think. Nice Man 199 wrote in. Did I pull this? I don't remember. Okay.
It wasn't me.
Made it on the sheet somehow.
Hey guys, long time listener, first time question asker. With the shutdown of Visceral Studios and all the backlash on loot boxes, it's becoming more and more obvious that game development is super expensive. Publishers would rather create a game that urges you to buy microtransactions than a more focused single-player experience. My question is, how long do you guys think this trend will last? Will publishers find new ways to keep funding these big-budget games, or will they eventually have to cut costs and scale back into smaller games, if that's even possible? Also, congrats on podcast number 200.
Oh, thanks, nice
Thanks
man.
very much. That's nice man. We sort of talked about this little ad nauseum with our matchmaking system thing. But yeah, I totally think there has I don't know what the shift is, but there has to be some kind of a shift.
The trend will last for it's another way the studios will make money. There's no way it's ever going away.
Well, they could take the Netflix model, monthly fees, and then they'll just keep crapping out content. But then
another video game crash.
Yeah.
The market could totally crash again. Like that's if it gets bad enough, that's where it all leads, right? There's another video game crash and then everything resets. But like that can't really happen anymore.
I agree. I think loot boxes and microtransactions are here to stay.
AAA development could crash, absolutely. But there's everybody anyone can make a video game in their basement now. Like video games aren't going anywhere, but something's gonna have to give with AAA. I don't know what it is. If I did, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast. I'd be rich. And I'd probably still be here doing this podcast, actually.
I think that this doesn't really like offend me as much as it offends you, Matt, because like it doesn't affect the games that I play.
No, I love the industry. I'm a video game philanthropist.
Yeah.
I'm not in it for me. I'm in it for everybody.
And I get that too. It's just like the video games that I play, and maybe I'll come up to this with the more I play.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Shadow of War.
There'll be Metal Gear 6 will have like the wrong.
Well, I mean,
this is an outrage.
I could see loot boxes, like the guys who are putting together Metal Gear Survive, like holy fucking shit, loot boxes. Let's do this. And yeah, that's an absolute game that's a game that would absolutely have this type of stuff.
And just remember, we have to complain now because if we don't in 10 years,
Right,
well, go fuck ourselves.
Go fuck yourself. Didn't Metal Gear 5 have loot boxes?
No.
You
Metal Gear
sure?
5 had you could buy a currency to buy resources, I believe. It did have microtransactions, yes, but I don't think it had loot boxes.
Yeah, and it wasn't like super significant to the game. But I don't know. Okay, let's the new God of War game. Like, if something happens with that game that like
it's probably got
that I need to buy stuff to tell me the story of Kratos, then that's probably when it'll start bugging me. But I don't see that happening. I see myself still enjoying a
no
AAA,
one ever does until it happens.
Yeah, that's true. A AAA God of War game that I will enjoy from beginning to end without having to dish out more money. It just has not affected me.
It will eventually, though.
Maybe
we'll get there.
I hope
One of these
not.
days,
sure
mark our words.
But
For sure it will.
Like, the whole story is that these games are getting more expensive.
Capcom is like one of the worst offenders.
And
Don't worry.
God of War is, I imagine, a very expensive game to make. So
probably.
they have to do something. And I understand that from a business point of view. I just don't know.
Sell 1 million copies. Probably more than that now.
I don't know.
Sell a few million copies. Yeah, I don't know either.
I want to buy the character pack in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, because Black Panther looks good and
That-
looks up my alley.
that
It looks
makes you
like
happy.
he's a character up my alley.
Yeah, and it'll push you into that better matchmaking queue.
That's true. Yeah.
Speaking of platinum, Cuphead won platinum during your last podcast.
Yeah,
last
what does
week.
that mean? I saw
A
that.
million copies.
Oh, wow.
And it's a Canadian studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
A million copies is not very impressive anymore.
That's still great.
Especially for a game that was on
The first game from
main
that
stage,
studio.
new console, E3. Yeah. No, it is. It's
Good for Canada.
It is. It's like super expected, though. Of course they were going to sell million. Everyone's been
Of
talking
course.
about this game.
Jeez.
Everybody's been talking about this game since 2013.
Yeah, so
100%.
it could have been shit. Then no one would have bought it.
No, everybody. It would have still sold 1 million copies. People would have been like, well, this is shit. We are not buying
It
this
took
next game.
less than a month. That's pretty good.
I'm not that impressed.
I mean,
impressed.
Good.
what was that one super shitty game that was...
Player
No
Man's
Man's
Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, there's the perfect example.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky sold way more than
That's
1
true.
million, and that was like the penultimate shitty video game.
They're not from Canada.
You're right.
We rock.
We do rock. Bioware Edmonton, working on Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Podcast at TalkingReckless.com is an email address. Drop it on the subreddit as well, r/TalkingReckless. We're going to go out of here. We got to celebrate Kevin's 35th birthday. Bryce, thank you so much for joining me here at the table.
Ow.
Kevin, happy birthday. Thanks for
Thank
being here,
you.
brother.
Happy birthday to me.
Oliver.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
Thanks.
I just
And
looked like an asshole. Sorry.
listener at home.
You said it earlier.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you here next week. It's going to be the 201st episode,
Cool.
the big 201 of the Talking Reckless podcast. We'll see you then.
We can't use our glasses for that.
What do you mean?
It's like during the New Year's, everyone had those 2000 glasses. You need the double O's.
Oh,
And nobody actually had those glasses.
hey, GG, everybody. Oh, good. It's doing that thing again. I got to go save this podcast, and we got to go party. And Adobe just crashed, so I'm going to turn this XSplit off, and we're going to get out of here. Thanks so much for joining us. And we'll see y'all. What's on next? Sunday. Warren might be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oliver will be on Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, so tune in for that. Thanks again for watching. See you later.
Are you guys partying from like now till